All right. Okay. What is going on, everybody? What's happening? Happy Saturday to everybody out there in them Knicks streets. You know, it's real. Let's see here. Okay. Hmm. Wonder why. There it goes. It's a little delayed. Hmm. There we go. All right, guys. I think we're good now. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're cooking. Um, all right. So happy Saturday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. You know, we are here, folks. The day after. The day after. Let me just switch this real quick. Make sure we're good on this end. I think we're all right. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, man. Happy Saturday, everybody. It is what it is. You know what I mean? We here. You know what I mean? We are here. So yeah, I was hoping for things to be a little better waking up today, but it's okay. It's still a good thing. It's still a good day. Uh and so that I'm happy about. Let me check and see what this weather looking like. You know what I mean? I got to give y'all the barometric pressure and all that stuff. What's the dew point, the heat index? All right. So, guys, wow, it got hot quick, huh? So, today's high is 69 degrees in New York area, and it is already 69 degrees. Wow. Okay. It is what it I felt a little warm when I was outside. Uh, yeah. But it is supposed to rain. Look at that. Damn it, man. It said rain like around 6 p.m. Now it's like I see it at 12 p.m. What's going on, man? Come on, don't rain on my day. It is what it is. Anyway, we here, man. Yesterday was a tough one, but it's okay because we know we live to fight another day and we got to get stuff done tomorrow. Let's take care of business. That's what we got to do. It is what it is. Um, But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the chat. Hope everybody's doing well. I am not drinking coffee this morning. I went to breakfast with one of my best friends, or if I would say a brother to me. Um, and he uh, he brought me a Morisignondo. If you know, you know. I haven't had one of these in a minute. Oh, I'm gonna mix that thing with the green screen, but you get the point. Anything orange, I don't know. When the green screen, it makes it look weird. But the point is, that's how it looks. It's a Morisignondo. If you ever had one of these, you know what I mean, orange juice and milk and some sugar and all things good. Mm, yeah, I haven't had one of those in years, so it's good to have. Anyway, thank you guys for being here and rocking. Hey, Walter Blackman in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Hope you are doing well. Good morning. Oh, let me do this. Sorry. It's like paying bills. It's like a commercial when you don't have a commercial. Um, Let me put the buy me a coffee thing out there just in case. If anybody wants to support the show, that's one of the ways you can do it. You know, okay. Boom. All right. Now back to where I was. Okay. On Dios NYK in the building. He said, peace, love, blessings. Happy birthday, Ron. Oh, yeah. On Dios. How'd you know? Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. Listen, it sucks getting older, but then again, I'm happy to be alive and happy to have the chance to get older. So it is what it is. So thank you. Appreciate that, man. And listen to what he says. You know, smash that like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the show. Facts. 100%. I'm rocking with that, man. Thank you, bro. Mets is in the building. What's good, Mets? Hope you're doing good. Appreciate you. David Smith is in the building. Salute. He says, salute to Ron in the chat. Knicks clearly much better than the Pacers if the Knicks were healthy. But without OG Anunoby and Josh Hart injured, I do not think the Knicks win Game 7. Hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong, too. And I don't necessarily feel like Josh Hart won't be out there. I think Josh Hart is going to be out there no matter what. If he has got one leg, I think Josh is going to find a way onto that basketball court. Now, whether or not that helps or hurts the Knicks, that's a different story. But I think Josh will be out there somehow. Blood of the Panta is in the building. Salute, my brother. Morning, fellas. Salute. Happy birthday. Yay, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love, man. You know, it's another year of more grays coming in. That's what it is. Crime's dad in the building. Happy birthday, Ron. Birthday win tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You couldn't give me an early birthday present, so give me a late birthday present. Let's get that victory tomorrow. Give me an ECF birth and make me feel good about this weekend. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Yes. Salute to you once again, Mets. Kerry Cox in the building. Salute. What's good? Peace, my brother. He says peace to the chat. David Smith says, I could foresee what is happening a year ago when Knicks traded Toppin to conference rival Pacers for a bag of peanuts. I knew it was not a wise move because Pacers could play Knicks in the playoffs. Hey, listen, I mean, I always tell this to my fellow Knicks fans, and I hear what you're saying, David. I hear you, but don't forget that flexibility to get rid of Toppin was also beneficial in being able to bring in Dante. So even though we didn't get anything back, that helped make the move for the Knicks to be able to get Dante. You might say, well, the Knicks had money. They didn't really use that exception to get Dante. It wasn't that, but it freed up something else, which allowed them to have the money to get Dante because money was tied up. And so this is all this is not from me. I'm not an insider. I don't know. This is what was said by Ian Begley and the likes of these guys about how the Obi trade was actually very important in helping to get Dante here. So it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, you know, in the end, if you tell me Obi Toppin or Dante DiVincenzo, I mean, I think you know the answer. If, you know, you want to look at it that way. Has Obi played pretty well the past couple nights? Games, should I say? He's been all right. I mean, last night, I mean, listen, you know, the interesting thing about Obi is he had some nice highlights and some plays that you think were, you know, helped add on to what they had going on. But in the end, he had 11 points. You know what I mean? Like, it was just 11 points. But they looked like big shots, and they were high energy shots in the moments, those dunks and stuff, to really help these guys get it going. But really, Obi is still Obi. You know, you would think Obi being in Indiana, having a little bit more freedom over there, but it's not the case because Rick Carlisle is a Tom Thibodeau type coach. And it just, you know, in the end, it was, like I said, it was 11 points. I don't know. I'm not trying to downplay him. I'm just trying to say it's just this is just what Obi did with the Knicks. He averaged around 11 points or so with us. So I don't know. The only good thing you could say is that Obi was a young player. So, and he didn't get hurt a lot. And so that was another body that you might have been able to have out there right now. That you could say, and especially if you knew Julius wasn't going to be here. So, yeah. What can we do, man? Kerry Cox says, I'm worried Knicks have to blow the Pacers out now. Listen, man, Kerry, I do not care. All I want, if the Knicks win 99-98, I do not care as long as the Knicks win. Don't care about no blowout because really it doesn't matter. And when you look at the box score, it's going to say 99-98. And then on Wednesday, you're going to say, oh, wow, Indiana's home and the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference Final. That's all that matters to me. I don't care. And yes, that's true too. You knew the league office wanted this Game 7 series. Yeah, I mean, but anyway, 7-game series, like that's like watching the game. You could see the refs were calling things a certain way. You're like, oh, that's why the Knicks had to make put this game as a priority, have to have a level of urgency out there. They did not play with a level of urgency. And in the end, that may have cost them. I'm not saying they could have still lost, but the game could have been close, not a blowout. If they would have played with a level of urgency all night, not only could the game have been closer, but it would have put in different moments pressure on Indiana. So Indiana has to press, and then they have to, struggle and play with even more of a sense of urgency. But once they start to get a little lead, they got a little comfortable out there. So it is what it is. Bricks Nation says, and a touch of vanilla. Right. That's what I taste in here too. A touch of vanilla. That's correct. Mm-hmm. 713 Gamer is here. He says, we in the building. Salute you, my brother. Fliggity. Oh, look, Woogie's back. What up, Woogie? What's good, my brother? He said, oh, yeah. All right. Good to see you, brother. I hope your vacation, your trip was good, man. Dwayne Dennis is in the building. Salute. He says, since that we are so injured, our success has to be centered around lockdown defense and high energy. There you go. The energy is what we were missing last night. High energy and the defense too. Those are the two things. I mean, actually, three things. Yeah, lockdown defense and high energy. We don't have success when we don't control the pace of the game. Correct. Mm-hmm. Matt says, happy birthday, Ron. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. King Ribby says, King Ribby, have you ever had it? I mean, maybe you have. Maybe you don't like it. But if you never had it, I got to tell you, listen. So that's the recipe, right? It's fresh squeezed orange juice, some milk, some sugar, some vanilla, and, if you want, some ice. It doesn't taste like just orange juice and milk. Like orange juice and milk by itself, I'm with you. I don't know if I would like that just as is. But when you add the vanilla, that gives it another hint of flavor, and the sugar, whatever reason, I don't know, man. It kind of works. I don't know. It's almost like a different version of an orange creamsicle. Bricks Nation is in the building. He says, happy birthday, Ron. Thank you, Bricks. Appreciate you. Hey, Woogie says, happy birthday, mine. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can't call it. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Deron Wayne is in the building. Peace all. Salute to you, my brother. Gary Cox says, happy birthday to my Taurian brother. Yeah, man. Tauruses, we out here. The bullheadedness. David Smith says, happy birthday. Appreciate you. Thank you. CT Pittman in the building. What up, CT? He says, salute, Ron. Happy birthday, brother. Missed the game. What? Really? He said, missed the game last night due to work function. Sounds like I didn't miss much. Yeah, it's true. Like, the way the game went, it didn't look the greatest, man. It was a struggle. It was a struggle. Bricks Nation said they played like they were playing their third game in a row last night. Complete. Yeah, I mean, I understood when they came out, that they didn't have a ton of energy. They just came out. They were playing basketball. It's okay. I mean, it is what it is. Plus, they had an extra day of rest, one extra day. So I'm like, okay, give them a little time to get it going. But once I knew that the Indiana had took the lead, and I think they were up 10 going into the second half, and Brunson had only had 5 points. So I'm like, I felt like we were in good shape. I mean, you're down 10, but Brunson only's got 5 points. So that way, that means, other guys are kind of keeping you in the game somewhat. So if Brunson gets going, I'm like, we good. Brunson didn't get going right away. It took him a little while to get going. He eventually did get going, but by that time it was too late. But the other thing is just the guys, I thought in the second half, they were going to come and try to, intensify everything and say, you know what? Y'all need this game more than us because you're going to go home if we win, but let's go. Let's act like we're going to go home. Let's put that level of intensity out there and really force the issue. And I didn't see that. I thought they were going to come out like that in the second. They did not. So at least that's how I looked at it. I don't know how other people looked at it. And then the defense, with all the holes in the defense yesterday, it wasn't good. They were getting too many good easy shots, and that's why they killed us in the paint. RG, the OG in the building. He said, salute chat, salute Ron, happy Ron. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. I said Ron twice, but you know what I meant. Animal Lex is in the building. Salute. He said the Knicks are pretty beat up. It doesn't look good. And happy born day, Ron. Yeah, appreciate you, brother. They are really beat up. And the thing is, like, I don't want to make excuses for them because they've been playing well with adversity and knowing that guys have been out. But in the end, guys, they are extremely hurt. Not a lot of NBA teams could even do what they're doing right now. And that is just the bottom line. I don't want to make excuses, but they deserve excuses because look at what they're playing with. Look at what they're dealing with. And even with the guys out there, guys, I'm sure the guys got little nagging injuries from the play, but we already know Brunson was hurt and he seems to be healing a little better. But now Josh Hart, dealing with something, and then all these other guys that are just out, like, it's just so frustrating. You know what I mean? Like, you hate the what if stuff, but and I'm not saying this is over, guys, because I do feel confident that the Knicks will win tomorrow and go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm not going to talk about my confidence level once we're there, but right now I still feel confident that they can beat Indiana in Game 7. Don't know about anything after that, though. With all these injuries and better competition, I don't know about that. But it's like a what if thing because we all know. I mean, it's not being naive Knicks fans. We know the real. If the Knicks had Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, and Bojan Bogdanovic on this team right now, these Knicks might be championship bound. If not winning it, they would be there. In my opinion, they would get there. So to watch this stuff happen in front of our eyes stinks. It just does. It just stinks. Shout out to, and I don't even watch. I told you guys I boycott. I don't watch BSPN, but of course, being on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, you're seeing stuff on my timeline. I see that. What was it? Gary. Shoot, I had his name. Now I forgot. Myers. I forgot the first name. But I think it's the old. The ex Golden State Warriors GM. I think that was him. Gary Myers. I don't know. Whatever. I think that's him. If it's not, I'm mistaken. But whatever. The dude from BSPN. He was talking about the Knicks, saying basically, it's if the Knicks were healthy, this would be a different story. And the only reason why they're even losing right now to Indiana is because they're not healthy. It's the truth. I agree. I mean, I'm not trying to take shots at Indiana. They're a good basketball team. They've had some really good success this year. I'm just like coming from a position of the Knicks are actually a better team, but not healthy. Kerry said Obi plays no defense, right? NYC B-ball. What 08 is in the building. He said, Knicks fan, what up? What's good? Appreciate you, brother. Kerry Cox says 100% Ron. Yeah, facts. Shout out to you, B-ball. And Toppin wants it to be traded. Yeah, that's true. He did. Animal Lex is in the building. I did say that already. My bad. Sorry. Thank you for the generous super chat, my brother. Meg719. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. He says, happy birthday, my brother. Go to Sal's and get yourself a couple slices. Thanks, bro. That's obviously this is my boy, day one homie. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. But yeah. Damn it, then. Well, the conversation was so much different at the Knicks one. Man. It's all right, guys. Tarnell Nettingham is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. He said, I'm convinced the NBA wanted a 7th game. All of a sudden, Knicks had no energy. It's like they were told to lay down. I know some people were saying that too. Listen, I don't believe that, bro. But I do believe that the refs were definitely going to call it a certain way that favored Indiana last night. It's something you could expect. And if the Knicks had things going, it wouldn't have mattered, but they just didn't. And so, yeah. The Knicks, I mean, definitely wanted to get this thing over with. They came to the arena dressed in all black. Just didn't work out. Shout out to Eddie F in the building. Good to see you. Appreciate you, my brother. He said, Ron, I don't actually believe we will ever have Mitch, OG, Julius, and everyone else healthy at the same time for a playoff run. You know what? That unfortunately may be the sad truth. Because after this season is over, you go into a regular season again, all the wear and tear, all the different moments and the injuries. And then after a full season of play, we're right back at the playoffs again. And then that's when, guys could be out. I hear you. You're right. It's a tough one. Mitch and OG especially, he says, if we lose here, it is largely because they can't play. I agree. Listen, not for nothing, man. This just show. Oh, you wait. See, one of my close friends, he said, we talked right before the game. I told him the Knicks are gonna win. He said, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a game 7. He's like, I'm gonna call you after. So he didn't call me last night, but he made his business to be here and let me know I told you. Okay, Carl. I see you. Okay. No doubt. It is what it is. You're right. You got that one. David Smith says if they wanted to trade Toppin, then why not trade him out west? Not not they got a great return for him anyway. Yeah, well, listen, like I said, it doesn't matter because in the end, once again, it's if you look at who they got rid of and who they acquired. You got rid of Obi Toppin, you got back Dante DiVincenzo. I'm sure you can see the return on investment in that one, right? You didn't get them in the trade for each other, but that's what happened. And that's all that matters in the end. The bottom line is the Knicks are 100% better team now than they were when they had IQ, RJ, and Obi. I know, some people don't like to hear that because those were our young guys, but it's just the truth. You say what you will. Oh, how could you say that, Ron? Look at what we're dealing with right now. We might be eliminated from the playoffs to an Indiana. Listen, once again, let's not forget the facts. We might get eliminated because we are not healthy. But a healthy team, everybody's calling OG injury prone. But is Julius Randle injury prone? Because he's been an Iron Man, but all of a sudden he's getting injured. And the flukiest injuries at that. That shoulder injury was a fluky injury. You saw how it happened. That's crazy. So is he injury prone? No, I don't think he is. But he has been injured the past couple seasons. So it's just one of them things, man. If Julius Randle was here, we would have beat Indiana already. This series would be over. Just him by himself. Not to mention if OG was here. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Crimes Dad said we will win, but if we lose, we can all become hockey fans. Go Rangers, facts. At least the Rangers are doing the damn thing. Even though they had a little scare too, but only a minor scare. They were up 3-0, and then they lost 2 games in a row. But they took care of business. So let's go Rangers. Louisiana Knicks is in the building. Salute. What's going on, my brother? Knicks 100, a GM in the build. Well, it's not really. I know what it is, but that's why I never used to say it. Knicks 100 is here. Salute. He said everybody was so happy for Obi is all I heard around the time of the trade, David. Well, I mean, it's still listen. I know what you guys are saying. Obi Toppin is not the difference in this series. Obi Toppin hasn't his 11 points is not the difference. I mean, it is it's not even the difference in the final score. We lost by more than 11, right? So I mean, his 11 points helped in regard. Come on, guys. Let's not do that. Don't make it seem like if Obi was here, we wouldn't be in the same position. Because as good as Obi might be as far as energy, being able to run around, dunk, might be able to knock down an open 3 here or there, he's still a liability on the defensive side. He still doesn't get enough rebounds in which to help the team in other ways like that. So there's certain things about his game that still need improving. I just, and the bottom line is, even like I said, even though if the two weren't traded for each other, we got rid of Obi and brought in Dante. Would you rather have Obi or Dante? Knicks 100. Would you rather have Obi or Dante? David, would you rather have Obi or Dante? That's all. That's all it is. That's all I'm asking. And that's the bottom line. That's why we even here. We're talking about a team that's in the second round of the playoffs that hasn't been to the second round since Well, I mean, we did get to the second round. We got knocked out by Miami last year, but I'm saying hadn't had a chance to advance the Eastern Conference Finals in how long? And we are on the verge of that, knowing that everybody. Do you think so? That's what I want to say to you guys. Okay, that was my point, and I got kind of sidetracked. Think about how good this Knicks team really is. Okay, I know right now you don't look at it because you just see we deal with adversity. We're always struggling. All this stuff has happened. But think about how good this Knicks team is that we don't have Mitch right now, even though we had him against Philadelphia. We don't have Mitch right now. We don't have OG. We don't have Julius. And we don't even have Bogdan. Whatever, Mets. I know you're in my head right now saying, Ron, that's not it. Bogdanovich, okay? We don't have Bogey. We don't even have Bogey, who some people thought, well, I mean, he doesn't do that much. I mean, he scores, and he can get hot. And he is a 20-point per game scorer when he gets the volume. That's a nice piece to have coming off the bench. You don't have that. You don't have Julius. And as I said before, if Julius was here, just him alone, the Knicks would be winning this series because Julius and his double-double, his 20 and 10 with 4 assists, that's impactful. And it's physicality, which we don't have that physicality in the paint. That would be enough. But not having all of those guys, and we still were able to get, Philadelphia up out of here with the help of Mitch too. But we were able to get Philadelphia up out of here. You know what I mean? Then we were able to get to a game 7 against Indiana. Could you imagine if those guys were here? To me, that shows how good this team really is. Like, this team is good. They would be great if they had all these other guys. I'm just saying. Only former player I miss is IQ. I hear you, Carrie. I hear you. I mean, I kind of miss him too. But he had his faults too. Like, and every Knicks fan in this chat, no matter who you name, whether it be RJ, IQ, or Obi, there's gonna be people that are like, man, I wish we had Obi. Oh, there's gonna be people like, man, Obi stinks, or RJ stinks, or I wish we had RJ, or IQ stinks. Like, so it is what it is. King Ribby says, at Ron, LG with the thin grays, wishing you the best birthday and time. In time, we will kick in the. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Thank you. David Smith says Coca-Cola and milk is a good combination. Like a float in a way, because that's what it kind of can give you. Like when people put ice cream and soda together, like a float. Whatever, those flavor combinations or whatever. Michael Sharp is in the building. Salute, Michael. Thank you for being here and rocking. He said, happy birthday, Ron. If you're not scoring but play good defense, the game is always close. Last night, all that could go wrong did. They had neither. Gear up, game 7. Facts. Last night, it was the scoring wasn't that great, but we'd still, when you look at the box score, in the end, some of these guys did enough to help. So we could have been in the game, but the Knicks defense was abysmal. It was nowhere to be found. There was a lot of breakdowns on defense, a lot of people wide open in the lane. The effort wasn't there. We didn't get that max effort you would have hoped to have. And the rebounding. This Knicks team should not be getting out-rebounded by Indiana, and we got out-rebounded by like 9. Was it 53 to 42? Something, or maybe 11. I don't know what it was. It was something like that. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Yeah. All right. RG the OG says, and I'm just going to get through a little bit more of this, and then I'll open it up to the panel if people want to jump on. You're more than welcome to. RG the OG says, does it matter to you that the guys had it good and was hitting shots, but Brunson kept shooting, wouldn't pass the ball? Listen, you know what I mean? Look, did Brunson have the best game yesterday? No. Was his shot not, we know his shot wasn't falling. It took him a while to get it going. But he didn't play necessarily different than what Brunson has played. The only difference is the shots weren't falling. But that's how Brunson has been for this Knicks team. So all I want to say is it looks bad when the shots aren't going in. But when the shots are going in, all you're going to say is, well, that's Jalen Brunson. That's what he does. Because that is who he is. That's what he does. He does hold the ball. He does do the dribble thing or whatever. If people want to start saying that now, it is what it is. That's who he is. That's what he's been doing. It's just the shots weren't falling, so it looks bad. And also, let's not act like Indiana wasn't playing their best at doing a good job on defense yesterday. They did a decent job on him and the rest of the Knicks. It's not like they were giving them open lanes the way they were, at least putting their body in front of the players and cutting off lanes and stuff. The Knicks were not doing that, and so that's the difference in the game too. Indiana was just more active, so that's unfortunately a shame, but that's the case. JM3 in the building. Say happy birthday, my fellow Taurus. Yes, sir. We here. And listen, guys, you see it. I mean, Brunson is the Brunisher. Yo, don't forget. I mean, this is the Brunisher right here, man. That's what he does. He punishes defense. He's going to keep coming at you. Yes, you got to expect that from him. That's what he does. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you, Walter. Appreciate you, my brother. No, it's okay. I mean, listen, how would you know? It's all right. Thank you. Oh, shout out to you, Carrie. Happy belated birthday to you, my brother. Margaret is in the building. Margaret, what's going on? Appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here and rocking with you. And now that Margaret is here, the show can really begin. Let's go. Okay, Margaret. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Rick Z is in the building. He says Dante, Precious, and Deuce have to step up. MSG is going to be rocking. Let's go, Knicks. I agree with you, Rick Z. We need that, man. We need that in the worst way. The no matter what, and I know they will, but no matter what, man, we got to continue to believe in this team. We know that this is who they are. That's how they rock. They always deal with adversity. They always deal with the haters. They always are counted out. We use that. They use that. It's fuel. It's fire. It's what makes New York, New York. Being counted out. Hey, my guys in the building. D-Block. What's going on, brother? He says, salute everyone. My brother Ron, the lackluster performance and the porous defense was very glaring. And that's 100% true. Agreed, bro. That was a rough one. Margaret says, I am worried about tomorrow's game, to be honest. I hear you. I mean, listen, I'm very confident that the Knicks will win, but I'm not going to tell you in the back of my mind, there's not a little like, oof, it's a game 7. Anything can happen in the game 7. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. You can't call it. You don't know what's going to happen. Not only could the Knicks go out there flat and not have their shots, which would be horrible, or they could go out there and play with a certain level of energy, and Indiana matches that level of energy, and it becomes a really close game. That's scary too, y'all. Don't think it's not scary. That's dangerous too. A close game in a game 7 with the NBA referees. So, bottom line is the Knicks need to go out there tomorrow and take care of business and give themselves a little distance between Indiana and themselves. It don't have to be a blowout. You don't have to blow them out by 30, not 20, but around 10 or so is very important. Somewhere around 10, at least 8 or more, because that way, if you get into a situation late in the game and there's fouls, they have to foul you and all this stuff, you got a little bit of a cushion. So whereas even if you miss a couple free throws and the game gets dicey, you're still winning. You know what I mean? But you definitely can't play around with these guys, man. The refs are not your friends, folks. Listen, I know the Knicks don't watch this, but if there's any Knick people out there, any Knick family people, you know what I mean? The people on Twitter that may be looking that know the Knick players, don't trust the referees, guys. Game 7, that game should not be close. Don't let it be close. Don't trust them refs. Just saying. Oh, man. D-Block says, salute everyone and my brother Ron. Oh, yeah, I read that already. I'm sorry. King Ruby, I saw that. Yep, listen to him. Smash that like button. Keith Turner's in the building. What up, Keith? Hope you're doing well. Hope life is treating you. I know you're always working and crazy stuff, man. Hope life is treating you well, though. Oh, man, that's good. I don't know what y'all, man. He said, happy birthday, Ron. What up, chat? RG the OG says Brunson shot us out of this game. He drained our energy. He needs to pass the ball. I don't know, bro. I don't know if I necessarily believe he shot us out of the game. But if he did, so it's like I don't want to sound crazy, right? But the bottom line is, look at how many games Brunson has shot us into. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I got to call it what it is. I can't, be mad at the guy for not looking great out there and taking a lot of shots and missing them when I've seen him in other situations take a lot of shots, hit them, and win us games because we needed him to, because nobody else had it. There's been days where the whole Knick team's got to go in and Brunson's got to go in as well, but there's also been days where the team struggled and no one could really hit, and Brunson was cooking. And if it wasn't for him, we would have lost. So I got to look at it both ways. The bottom line is it's just bad because we are in the playoffs and these games mean something. And it's about whether you're going to be in Cancun or not. You know what I mean? Or if you're going to advance to the next round. If this was a regular season game, I don't think Knicks fans would be as upset about this stuff. But we understand the severity, and I'm sure the Knicks and Brunson understands too. So, as I always like to say, and as people have said in the past, look for game 7, look for the adjustment. Watch what Brunson does. Remember, game 3, we got cooked, right? Blown out. Game 4, the Knicks came out with a sorry. Game 4, we got cooked. Sorry, yeah. I apologize. Game 4, we got cooked. Game 5, the adjustment was Brunson was all business. He wasn't smiling no more. He was like, he took that personal. He came out, he made a concerted effort to get into the lane and punish the rim, like keep putting them in a position. And we outscored them in the paint by like 20 something, right? So, it just so happens Indiana decided to flip the script on us, and they did the reverse to us last night. And it worked. They were able to execute it. So you can't, like, you have to get into that game where if guys are taking quality 2-point shots, you have to take quality 2-point shots as well. You can't go crazy shooting threes. The Knicks were in a position where they had to because they were down, so they're trying to get back into the game quickly. So much going on. All right, let me get through some of this stuff real quick. Hit the intro and let's get it cracking. Juan B is in the building. What up? Salute to you. Whatever happened to you play who's on the floor? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Knicks 100 said, with no Josh Hart, no way. Yes, I mean, if Josh Hart can't play tomorrow and OG Anunoby's not out there either, Knicks might be cooked. There's truth to that. But come on, you guys know, you watched this Knicks team. You saw Josh Hart. Does anything lead you to believe that he won't find his way out there tomorrow on the court? I just can't see him not being out there. So we'll see. Snipes Entertainment is out in the streets. Holla at you. What's going on, my brother? I feel like injuries robbed our season, and it plays into the media talking smack about us. Oh, yeah, of course. Gives them the firepower that they think. Bob Myers. That's what it is. Thank you. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks, Bricks. Thank you. Knicks will be 2024 NBA champs. So, salute to you. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, Kerry. Thank you, RG the OG. Oh, no, I know. That's why I just thought it was interesting what he said. But I know, listen, all of these guys have had their moment to talk smack or talk negatively about the Knicks. I've seen it. Okay. All right. Let me kind of breezing through here, guys. Glamour Knicks is in the building. Salute. What's going on, girl? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. She says, happy birthday, Ron. I'm heading to a bottomless brunch, so I'll take a shot of Henny for you. Knicks are winning tomorrow. Let's go. Bottoms up. Lion of Judah is in the building. What's good, my brother? Grand Rising, my brother Ron, and blessings to you in the chat. Yeah, it's a rough ride last night, but now we have a game 7 on Sunday, and let's see what happens. Shalom, my fam, and let's go Knicks in the end and end it. Facts. I hear you. Shalom, bro. Oh boy. Ivory 10 is in the building. Salute. I think that's a false equivalence. Obi has nothing to do with Dante DiVincenzo, is what you're trying to say. Well, no, that's incorrect, Ivory, because from all intents and purposes, what I saw from Knick insiders is that making the Obi trade was pivotal in allowing them to have the proper assets or proper money to get Dante DiVincenzo. I don't know how. I'm just telling you that's what I saw. I don't know. I mean, if you know otherwise, if you're in those meetings or you have some other access to it, I'm here for it. I'm just telling you that's what I saw. And even if you want to say what I saw is incorrect, that doesn't change what I said, because what I said was you lose Obi, you bring in Dante, right? Because before everything happened, the Obi trade, it happened while I was on air, right? And in that Obi trade, nothing else went down. That was it. You know what I mean? So you lost the guy in Obi Toppin, right? And then you bring in Dante DiVincenzo, and he basically took that role of what Obi was doing for us. Yes, Obi's a taller person, he's basically a power forward, but that's what happened. Because Josh Hart, he was doing his own thing and had all other types of roles at the time. So Dante was the one that was kind of put in that pigeonhole role in between helping replace an Obi and helping replace eventually an IQ. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. That's the only way I can look at it. We did start this. We did have Dante was here while RJ and IQ were here, right? So if you look at the team, the only person that wasn't here when that was happening was Obi. Obi leaves, Dante comes in. That's how I look at it. So yeah, I'm like, would you rather have Obi or would you rather have Dante? I'd rather have Dante. Um, hey, Amani the Great is in the building. Salute. What's good, bro? He said, "Morning, Ron. Happy birthday, big guy." The one thing people are not talking about is the regular season. It started at the point when Thibodeau pushed. Our players went down so fast. Make it make sense. Hey, man, listen. The narratives have been created, guys. I'm not going to argue with people because I understand that the feelings are that the Knicks being overworked and overplayed is what is contributing to these injuries. You may have a point, but as other NBA players have even come out and said, even Gilbert Arenas. And if you guys know me, I can't stand Gilbert Arenas because I think he's a sensationalizer. He's a shock jock too. And he says some wild stuff sometimes. But even he said that Tom Thibodeau is not doing anything out of the norm for what you would expect from teams that are in the contention, for in the playoffs. Like, this is what you see. He pointed at certain guys that are playing big minutes. Then he pointed at previous guys who won championships that played big minutes for their teams in the playoffs. So, it is what it is. I hear you though. It's not great, but it's only not great because all these Knicks players are injured. Is this the first time you've seen Tom Thibodeau play his guys a lot of minutes? When we made the playoffs, and we were the 4th seed, and in Atlanta smacked us. Those guys were playing. Was anybody complaining about the minutes that they played throughout the season? Was anybody saying that he's overworking those guys and they shouldn't be playing these minutes? Well, last year when we went into the playoffs, the Knicks played a lot of minutes. And then once we got into the playoffs, you guys saw the roster got cut to 7 or 8 guys. So it means all those guys were playing a lot of minutes. Was anybody saying anything about those guys playing a lot of minutes? This is just a bad luck season where we've got a lot of players getting hurt at the same time, and everybody is just pointing to the minute usage, and that's not the case. Julius Randle's injury wasn't about minutes. It happened early in the season. He was out on a fluke injury, right? Mitchell Robinson's injury, you going to attribute that to minutes? No. Mitchell Robinson got injured because of Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid started it and he finished it. He started it when he pulled him while he was in the air and made him come down on his ankle awkwardly, and then he finished it on another play when he fell when Mitch fell to the ground, and then he fell on Mitch, and then Mitch had to leave the game. That has nothing to do with minute usage and being tired. You know what I mean? Bojan Bogdanovic or Bogdan, whatever, Mets. How'd he get hurt? You know what I mean? Did he not have that like little collision with Nicholas Batum, right? Was that because of wear and tear and playing too many minutes? No, right? Josh Hart's injury that we just saw happen yesterday. Do you think that that was because he was running around playing too many minutes, or he just jumped up and awkwardly, came down and strained the muscle? I've done that, and I am in no way the athlete of Josh Hart. And when I was playing a pickup game. I didn't play, hundreds of minutes while I was out there running up and down. I'm just saying. I mean, if we really look at it, what's what? The OG Anunoby stuff, you might say that that could be attributed to playing a lot, right? Because OG has been playing more than he's not ever played, but more than we've seen him play in a long time, right? So you could say maybe OG's injury is attributed to playing a lot of time out there on the court. But let's not forget what was different in that game. OG was our offense. Brunson got hurt and OG took the mantle and scored 28 points, but he was doing all types of things. He was super active. Everybody was saying, wow, I didn't even know OG, could score this much. Or I didn't see OG. I've never seen OG this active. Is that Tom Thibodeau saying, not only am I playing you a lot of minutes, but I want you to turn up your activity level? No, that's OG saying, I need to turn up my activity level. We need to get these points going. We just lost our captain. He's down. What can I do? So maybe OG. But then again, if you want to say that, isn't everybody the same people that say OG is injury prone? So if OG gets hurt anyway, why does playing more minutes lend to that? Because he was getting hurt with Toronto. He got hurt with the Knicks earlier when he was playing less minutes. I can keep going, but I think you guys know where I'm going. I mean, if we really think about it, it's quick and easy for us to say this and kind of go with the narrative that some people have put out there. But if we really think about it, how many of these injuries are attributed to playing heavy level of minutes? Just think about it. I just named them. Even Isaiah Hartenstein, who's played a lot in his time back and forth, he got hurt too. And when he went down, everybody's like, that's because of him playing a lot of minutes. He's still playing a lot of minutes, but he's out there, right? He went down the other day and came down on his elbow, kind of like bent it back, and that looked bad. We were like, uh-oh, are we going to lose Hartenstein now? You see him out there, don't you? All right. I'm just saying. Okay, well, I think I made my little point. Let me get off my high horse. Sorry, guys. Just wanted to get that out there. I mean, I get it, but I mean, if we really look at it, I mean, what's true and what's not true? Shout out to Corey Lee in the building, one half of the 718 boys, Blorange Tears, on Sundays at 10 a.m., y'all. Please check them out and go show some love. Support them and their show. Shout out to you, Corey. He said, peace and salute. Queens is in the building. Oh, man. Okay, I see where you at. Okay, I think I got through all of that. Everybody, shout out to Jimmy Henry. Appreciate you. He said, I truly think Tibs is not using all the tools in the toolkit, even for minimal situations. Sims should play a few alongside iHeart for defensive rebounds. I will say I agree with you. I think we should see a little Sims tomorrow, especially if Josh Hart doesn't look like he's Josh Hart. You know what I mean? Sims could help a little bit. I liked how he was active in the last few minutes of that game. And I just think that, you know what? It's an elimination game. It's all hands on deck. If we can use you and you can add something, let's try. Let's see what we got. Kareem Grant, what up, twin? Is in the building. He says, salute to the chat and round. What a miserable night. Shake my head, but I'm still hopeful we got game 7. I'm with you, my brother. I hope so too. Eminence Finance Community. Shout out to you. That's a interesting name. I like that. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, but I mean, maybe if you're here, most likely you are a subscriber. So I thank you for that. He said, Obi Toppin is not a winning player. He plays no defense, and he's often cherry picks for his points, always leaking out in the backcourt to get easy transition dunks instead of battling for boards. Yeah, okay. And, Obi is a good complimentary player. at this stage in his career. If he wants to change and advance and go even further, he's going to need to continue to work on his craft. That's what I believe. Huh. Keith says Brunson always dribbles too much when we lose. Yeah, I mean he definitely dribbles a lot, but like I said, he does it on both sides. When we're going good, he's still doing it. When we're going bad, it looks worse. Um, yeah, that's right, Margaret. Indiana played with more energy and desperation. Facts. Shout out to my guy, Jigga Man Porter. Oh, yeah, time for positivity. Oh, yeah, time for positivity. I don't have the song. I'll be rocking right now. It's my birthday. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Shout out to you, Jigga. Appreciate you, man. He said, happy birthday, Ron. What up, fam? Appreciate you, Jigga. Good to see you, bro. Yeah. Thanks, Keith. The Organic Fanatics show is in the building. What up, Ro is in the building. If y'all haven't checked them out, please go support and show love to them. Oh, and also, I'm sorry, I say it so much, I almost forget. Please go show some love and support to Jigga Man Porto, Phil Porto, my guy Hector, Eddie Presti, Jerry, all of them over at Morning Brew Sports. Show them some love, man. They're doing great things. They continue to grow. I mean, they pop it over there. Now they got the Liberty coverage about to kick off. They got it all going, man. They got it all going. Please go support them and show them some love, man. And shout out once again to my guy, Organic Fanatics. Thank you. He says, Feliz cumpleaños. Que lo que, Ron. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you, bro. I'm drinking a Maurice Yando. I'm in my bag. Maybe I'm going to have some Rocco Gandules with some chuletas. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to have, brother. Un poquito. I don't know. But I'm ready. Okay, a couple more guys. Sorry. Cross Signals in the building. He said, or he or she, whoever this is. Thank you for being here, by the way. Appreciate you. Whatever the outcome, I can't stop loving the Knicks. Bottom line. You know what I mean? Listen, as I always say, guys, no matter what happens, this show is called Know the Ledge, but this channel is still Knicks fans. No matter what happens, we still Knicks fans. Doesn't matter. We here. Hidalgo Soul is in the building. Salute. He said the league wants New York versus Boston, so Brunson and the refs are going to make it happen. I like it. So I'm talking about from your lips to the basketball god's ears. Ivory 10 said the fact that both of these teams are getting blown out shows you just how fragile both teams are. That's true. There's some real talk right there. Okay. Travel Vibes is in the building. Salute. Was good. Appreciate you. He said, salute y'all. Good afternoon. We got to finish these paces off Sunday. Facts. Met says we need a win at all costs tomorrow. Agreed. Next 100 says Paul George is really the perfect piece. I've been hearing a lot of Paul George stuff lately. I mean, who knows? Maybe. Margaret says, no, Paul George is injury prone. No, thanks. I signed DeRozan. Okay. Hinton Murphy's in the building. What's good, my brother? It's always good to see you, man. Miss being able to see you in these spaces and be able to hear your thoughts and talk to you about our New York Knicks, man. Definitely, you always add a lot to the conversation. So I hope you're doing well, brother. Okay. Okay, I hear you, Ivory. I see what you're saying. I know you're not defending Obi, but okay, you don't like the equivalent. I got you. Well, I mean, I know you may not be talking to me here because that's not the case. I'm rocking with Dante no matter what, whether he's playing well or not playing well. So that's not me. Anthony 212 is in the building. Do you give OG the max this summer? No. But do I give OG a bag? Yes. OG's gonna get a bag. I'm not giving him the max though. You better give us the homeboy discount, OG. You know what I mean? What's going on, brother? You know what I mean? What up? Give us the homeboy. We got you. We're gonna give you more than maybe some might think you're worth because of your injuries, right? But we realize your value and what you do provide as far as winning goes. So guess what? We got you, OG, but you ain't getting the max. I don't know what the max is, but whatever that number is, come on, let's chop it down, brother. a little bit. Take a little off the top. Shout out to Craig in the building. He says, season's over, Ron. We are going to choke Tibs. Come on, Craig. See? Hold on, Craig. This is for you. Jesus, Craig, man. Come on. And Craig gets in here, and fellow Knicks fans that think like Craig, gotta hit him with this. Not that, sorry. I meant this. See if I know the ledge. There you go. Let's try that one more again, in case y'all missed it. It happened so quick. See if I know the ledge. That's what happens, folks. That's what happens when you jump out the window. Don't jump out the window, Craig. We all right, bro. We are okay. It's not great, but we okay. Oh boy. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I already said, if Josh can't play, then we in trouble. Then it'll be like you're hoping for just somebody to go crazy. Like you're hoping for like Dante to go get stupid hot and for Jalen to get stupid hot. Because those two guys can win us a game, but they got to be on fire. Like Dante's got to be cooking like 7, 8 3-pointers, Dante, and then Brunson's got to be Brunson. Those two guys could do that. But that's what you would need if Josh can't play. If Josh can't play, we got to out rebound and hustle because the defense is going to be lacking. We got to out rebound and hustle and, basically blow Indiana out the water with offense. We got to just keep scoring and putting pressure that way because we're not going to be able to really stop them. It's going to be like a shootout at the OK Corral. That's what it would be if Josh can't play. Shout out to Julian Blum in the building. Happy birthday, Ron. Salute to the chat. Shake my head. Bad loss yesterday, man. Yeah, 100%. Craig says, how you have 3 days off and that was the effort you played with? Yeah, that I don't understand, Craig. I don't know. Maybe the Knicks got used to not having enough rest. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, shout out to the Knicks realist, my guy Noah. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much, man, for this generous super chat. Thank you. He says, happy birthday. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, to anybody who shows support when you like, I know I ask for the monetary support. And does it help the show? Yes. But whenever you do it, I'm really appreciative of it. And I don't know anybody's situation. Everybody's got stuff going on, got bills, got things. And, whenever you take any money out of your pocket to support me, I'm going to let you know that I really, appreciate it. But I also want you to understand that, especially in the case of Noah, we're cool. Like, so our level of understanding and knowing each other, this is not necessary, but I definitely thank you, brother. And I'm not saying that's not the case for anybody. I'm just saying, like, I know Noah a little better. So, you know what I mean? I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do this type of stuff. And I know you guys do it out of the generous nature of your own hearts, but I appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? As you get older and get all these grays, you start to think of things a little differently, look at life a little differently, because tomorrow's never promised. And we've seen a lot of wild stuff these days. So I'm just happy to be here. So. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna throw the link out there. Hold on. There's the link. So if anybody wants to jump on and get it cracking, we can. But I'm gonna jump into all this stuff because there's stuff. Hinton said, Ron, the Knicks haven't been healthy in any playoff runs going back to 99. No Patrick 99, no Tyson, injured Mitchell. Or we hear Randall last season and this year. Yeah, that's true. Tibs wasn't the coach of all these teams, by the way. Just want to put that out there. Injuries do happen. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Wesley Robinson in the building. Salute. What's going on, brother? He said, checking in from Strong Line in New York. Salute. What up, bro? Good to see you. Khalid Pasha. Tibbs don't deserve that contract. Our guys will never be healthy playoff time. I mean, listen. It's easy to say that right now, guys, But this is the other thing I want you to think. The Knicks made trades at the trade deadline, right? They brought in Burks and Bogdanovich. Do you think they brought them in so that they could play the rest of the guys 40 plus minutes? No, they didn't. But because other guys got hurt. So the bottom line here is if Julius Randle's here, OG Anunoby's here, and Mitchell Robinson is here, those guys are going to play a lot of minutes, but they're not going to be playing 40 minutes a game. If all those guys are here with the guys that are already on the team, we have a really deep roster. Guys are going to get used, and maybe we go 8 or 9 deep, right? Because Tibs knows he's got so many different guys he can choose from. But they're not playing, like, guys aren't going to be playing 40 minutes because they won't need to, because these are all good players. You know what I mean? The bottom line is these good players have been out. So because they're out, guys got to play more. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's how we got here. There's nobody else. If you guys feel more comfortable, and I'm not talking about now because the playoffs is a different story. The playoffs, it's everybody does this now, but you guys feel more comfortable in the regular season watching Jericho Sims out there and the Daquan Jeffries, and if you feel more comfortable with those guys out there because you would like to give Josh Hart and Brunson and these guys some extra minutes of rest, if you be happy with watching what happens with the bench scoring and defense when they're out there in the court and watching the Knicks go down and having the starters come back in the game in a deficit and have to bring us back, if you feel more comfortable with that, then okay, I get it. But don't think that's what Tom Thibodeau feels comfortable with. I don't think that's what the Knicks starters will feel comfortable with. They don't want to leave the game with a lead, for example, and then come back being down 10 or something because they brought in Sims and Daquan Jeffries just to give guys a breather. You know what I mean? But at some point, that's what would have been. Like, look at our bench. At some point, look at who we got out here. Do you want to go bring in Diakate? Do you want to go bring in Sims or Daquan Jeffries or Jacob Toppin? Guys who don't have that playoff experience you can trust? Like, what would you want to do? I get it. I don't trust it. So, all right. I said I got someone backstage. Let me just get to a couple more. First off, where have you been, Andy? What's up, brother? Brother Andy in the building. Salute. Miss you, bro. Like, nah, literally, I miss you. I haven't seen you on any of the platforms. We haven't been able to chop it up. I hope everything's good for you. I do know that there was one point you mentioned that you were doing some new stuff. You're going to be working with one of the teams out there. So maybe that's what's taking you away from us. But miss you, bro. Like, I hope you're doing good, Andy, and hope the family's doing good. Level Up Lagoon is in the building. Yeah, Ron is a Dominican on the low. Que lo que? Facts, bro. Que la vaina, tigre. Bo. I kill me. Well, you know, when you grow up in Williamsburg, you're going to be around the Latin community. All right. So, you know, my best friends are, you know, very diverse. Okay. All right, guys. Shout out to Snipes Entertainment. I think I already said this, but if I didn't, I'm saying it again. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing good. And I think we're good. Anna Grill's in the building. Salute to Anna Grill. Appreciate you. Milton, the fan Hart can go find minutes, maybe. Long Island Sound 1 is in the building. Salute. OG can okay, they're talking about options. Andy says, happy birthday, Ron, the most media-friendly voice of podcasters. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Nice words today, man. I should have a birthday every day. D-Ras is in the building. Salute. Was good. Appreciate you. Okay. All right. Let me hit the intro and bring our guys up here. I see Mets backstage, and I see Noah. Okay, cool. This is dope. Let me hit this intro. Hey, I gotta get my birthday. Oh, they not like us. They okay. Sorry, my bad. I didn't. See, it's catchy. It infects you, man. Got to stay away from that. All right, let me get my guys here. Boom, Noah's in the building. What
Hey,
up?
what's up, man? How you doing? Happy birthday.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Metz is in the building. What up?
Happy birthday, Ron.
Thank you,
What's up,
man.
Metz?
Thank you.
I'm just gonna
go ahead, Metz.
say this. What killed the Knicks last night? 1, losing the rebounding battle. 2, Josh overexerting himself, which led to the ab strain, and it's highly probable he might not play tomorrow. 3, Brunson committing to tunnel vision with the ball hog mode again. I mean, every time we played and 4, our defense had so many holes it could have been Swiss freaking cheese. Why is it we didn't hedge any of the screens? Why is it we didn't cut under a lot of the shots? Why is it that Hartenstein was ditching his post? Why is it we were giving Siakam the freebie shots?
Precious Achiuwa was so awful. I hated his effort. It just seemed like a money mid-range shot by Siakam every time. Free throws as well was awful. And what we were up 1 after the first quarter. Maybe we would have been up more if we knocked down our free throws, but Jalen Brunson hits his first 2 shots, misses his next 11. I know he had 23 in the second half, but if you look at the context of the shots, it didn't really matter most. Shout out to McBride. He's one of the reasons we were in this game at the beginning, and it felt like he wasn't even like a part of the game plan in the second half. I don't know why
because Brunson went into ball hog mode again.
Yeah, I don't know why we freeze guys out of the offense. You know, DiVincenzo, like he got off to a slow start, but then hit a couple threes. He didn't get like a shot in the offense in the second half until like 6 minutes in. I really didn't understand that at all. Hartenstein, he needs to learn how to like body guys up on defense. It seems like he backpedals and like Obi force him into a tough floater, force him into a tough mid-range shot. No, he just dunks all over him. It just happened all night with Miles Turner. There's not much positives to take away from last night, and I just knew it wasn't a good sign when Josh Hart was asking to like get taken out of the game.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
With that abdominal, this is someone that likes to throw his body around as well. Like he uses a lot of physicality, so that is very worrisome. But I'm honestly I was just so disappointed. Like I know we can compare, like some people are comparing the Timberwolves Nuggets series because like they're trading blows, like these blowouts coming out of nowhere, and we have injuries. Like I'm proud of this team no matter what, but last night just was just unacceptable. The Pacers, way better team basketball. You have Obi coming off the bench producing. McConnell, we still have no answer for McConnell. It was just a joke. When you have Andrew Nembhard having 15 points against you, you're not in good shape. And when I saw Brunson force, like Nembhard actually had good defense on Brunson on this one possession that Brunson just forced something up. He just tried to be the hero last night. I really felt that, and they outworked us.
Brunson's got to get his head. I mean, Randall's on bench observing all of these games, right?
Mm-hmm.
During a timeout, he needs to get in Brunson's grill and tell him, quit being a damn ball hog. Pass the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's giving me a migraine when Brunson gets into that tunnel vision mindset.
I mean, you know, to listen, I think Metz is a little excited about it because I think it is who Brunson is. When the shots are falling, it's looking a lot better. When the shots aren't falling, this is what we see. But hold on, Metz, hold on, because I will say that you are right. Because what I have noticed, and let me just double check. It might take me 2 seconds to get this guy, so just bear with me. But because there was some reasoning behind this, because I did notice something, and to that, Metz has a point. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. How quickly can I see this? And I'm not going to share it with you guys because I just want to look at it real quick. At least I'm not going to share this. I mean, I'm going to tell you about it, but okay, that's one. All right, and then let me see this.
What is my point?
Hold on. If you don't know, then I'm definitely not going to know. Hold on. That's okay. Well, a little better than I thought. All right. And let me just look at one more, just for all intents and purposes. This one. Okay. So, all right. The last 3 games, Jalen Brunson had 5 assists. He had 7 assists. And then last night again, he had 5 assists. That's not great. Okay.
Especially on the road. Especially on the road.
No, the third one was from. These are all roadies you're looking at?
No. This was just the last 3 games.
Oh, so
The one that he had 5 early was the blowout game. So that one, is iffy. No one could buy a basket, but it is what. Even in the one we won by 30, he had 7 assists. So you would think. No, go ahead, Noah.
All right. So I was really surprised to see him struggle because I was looking at it optimistically before we entered the game last night. I was like, okay, the games he struggled on the road, his foot was injured, he didn't have lift, and he's usually a good road player. When he was in Philly, he had 38. We lost, but he still played well. And then the closeout game, he was unbelievable. He had like over 40 points, and he distributed the rock. Well,
right.
And you need to get your role players going on the road because I'm not going to say they have less confidence, but the crowd isn't behind them as much. So I was just really disappointed to see him not really get others involved. But I understand there is a part of like the pressure that we don't have a second legit shot creator right now. So he sometimes feels I need to be the hero. But we did see Dante work off the dribble, have that spin move, have that and one. Like
that was nice.
I don't know if it was Dante going away from the ball and he's like, I'm just gonna let Brunson do his thing. Like we know the offense is Brunson go to work, but do you guys just get sick of seeing dribble handoff, dribble handoff, dribble handoff?
Yes.
And it leads to the same thing like over and over. I'm just frustrated. I'm all over the place right now.
Dude, I hear you. And like I said, that's why I said I understand, Mets is a little overexcited, but he does have a point. What we would like to see is I don't expect Brunson to reinvent the wheel. This is his game. This is what got us here.
Yeah.
This is who we love, right? But you do want him to be able to open it up a little bit and get other guys involved. Get back into, because what we love to do as Knicks fans is when the conversation comes up, who's better, Halliburton or Brunson or the other point guards in the league. We love to point to the fact that, hey, yes, our point guard is dropping 30 every night, or he's showing you he drops 40. Look at how many times. But we also love to say, look, he's had 40 and 10 assists or 40 and 11 assists. So don't just keep thinking it's all about. But lately, 5 assists here, 7 assists there, 5 assists there. That's not necessarily it. We need a little more.
It's a team game at the end of the day. Halliburton had 15 and 9, and they won because there's other pieces around them, and obviously totally different styles of play. He's a pass first guard.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. That's why I say, Mets gets a little hyped, but he has a little bit of a point there. Like Brunson needs to make a better effort at helping facilitate. Yes, we know he's the scoring option, but he's got to help facilitate to get other guys involved. And think of how much more efficient and deadly the offense becomes when you got a guy that, now we're starting to press up on him. We're trying to cut off his passing lanes and close things up. But if he rotates the ball around to somebody's open. Okay, because Indiana's putting a lot of pressure and they're paying attention to what Brunson's doing. And when he gets to the lane, somebody's coming to help. Right. So there's somebody open. Brunson just has to do a better job of relying on his teammates. And whoever those teammates are, listen, they got to be a little bit more aggressive. If Precious Achiuwa is out there, I know his offense is not that great, but listen, let's not forget, we've seen Precious Achiuwa have some good games, right? Yeah, he can't shoot, but he can score. He can score.
We need more from Hartenstein offensively. I know he had the game, he had tons of offensive rebounds, but I'm looking at his box score, 3 straight games. He only takes 3 shots.
I mean, that's got to stop, too. Hartenstein needs to pull his head out of his ass and be the aggressive son of a bitch that he was during the Philly series. Pardon my mouth, but I got to get that out.
Okay, well, you got it out. Hopefully you can calm down, but it's all right. I hear you, Mets.
We need those floaters. We need those floaters for sure.
Let me do a little housekeeping here. Shout out to everybody. Hold on. Wait a minute. 1 second. Where is it? Okay. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen why basketball is in the building. Thank you for being here. I'm sure this is your first time because I don't remember seeing your name. So thank you for rocking with us. It looks like most likely if you're here, I guess you hit that subscribe button. So thank you for that. Please smash that like if you enjoy the content.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what happened last night? Indiana made adjustments and Jalen was not able to make the adjustments real time in the game. He will on Sunday. I think I agree with that too.
True.
I mean, listen, the bottom line is, guys, we all talked about it. I talked about it last night when I was on the playback with Mets and Blorange Tears people, Cowboy Bob and Freezy and all these guys. And then I talked about it again when I was on NBK, Nothing But Knicks with John from Still and the Queen. Indiana came out and reversed what we did to them in game 5. They did it. They looked like they took our game plan. They saw what we did and said, you know what? They think we're going to go out there and just bomb away with threes. No, we are going to try to get inside the paint. We are going to take less threes and more in the paint shots. They outscored us in the paint by like 20-something points.
Yeah, what they have like 70 points in the paint. What was it?
They had high. It was like 66, 68, something like that. It was a high number. It was crazy.
Something ridiculous. And yeah, they didn't even take a lot of free throws too. We had like 10 more free throws than them.
Let me check
and
scoreboard.
And also they finished with 91 shots on goal as opposed to our
just
82.
Like the complete opposite. Like when we were done. Yeah, they just outworked. I hate saying that because I love this team.
But it's the truth, bro. That's what they did. They outworked us.
Exactly. It's the truth. And they're a terrific home team. I'm not taking any credit away from them. That's 11 wins in a row at home for them. Like even dating back to the regular season. They only have one win on the road. I know this playoff, so I guess that's something encouraging going back to the Garden. And Halliburton, his best game at the Garden was like 32, but he had like 22 in the first half. I don't know if you remember that. He was more quiet in the second half. Right. And he likes to talk a lot of, crap when he's at home, and it's a different feel for him on the road. So we'll see. Maybe you could look at that as some optimism. And role players don't play as good on the road as well. So we'll see.
Okay.
Right. What you got, Mets?
Okay. The stats were points in the paint, 62-38 Indiana. Okay. Rebounds, 47-35 Indiana. 33-22 on the defensive end. It was a little more even on the offensive side. But both favored Indiana, 13-14, 14-13 on the offense, 33-22 on the defense.
Yeah, it's not Hartstein only had 7 boards, I think.
Versus 9 for 26 in favor of the Knicks, so 38.2 to 34.6 from behind the arc. So the Pacers were pretty sloppy behind the arc, but it didn't really matter when they were driving through the damn paint all the time.
Yes, they took less shots from 3 and more concerted effort inside.
What was going through your guys' head when, because obviously Nembhard, this was a big part of the game, I thought, and we had a chance to capitalize what we didn't. So Nembhard gets the tech, we get the free throw coming out, and then we scored like 8 straight points, whatever it was, and we cut it down to a 5-point game, and then I don't even know how it wasn't even a miscommunication. It was just like an inaccurate pass. Jalen Brunson throws it away. We don't rotate, and this is the frustrating thing. So Halliburton had 15, and he could have had less, but like 2 of them were wide open threes. He had a difficult shot over Deuce, I remember, and he did the like you're too small thing to him. But that just frustrates me. Like some of these rotations where there's always an open guy in the corner, just like always. That's so frustrating as well. Just these guys are getting practice shots. I know they trust the pass, but we got to do something better. Like we have to match McConnell's energy. And the only reason I hate this dude is because he kills us. Because I listen to his post games. Like I actually have respect for TJ McConnell, but we need to slow down their depth. We have to stop falling for Obi Toppin's pump fakes. Always fall for his pump fakes. It's just the little things too. It's like little things that result obviously in big things. Self-inflicted wounds, I guess you could say.
It's true, dude. They would piling it on. It's one of those where I hate to say it because it sounds cocky. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like when you say
just
what?
Let me just Wacko's mocking me again, saying that all I do is
all right, Mets. All right, Mets. Don't worry about it. Man. We're up. Yeah, don't worry. You're up here on the panel, and other people are watching. We got 191 people in the building, tuned in. 102 on YouTube, and I'm sorry, 89 on YouTube and 102 on X tuned in. So salute to all you guys. Please, if y'all haven't subscribed over here, come over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, go back to X and watch over there. It doesn't matter. Hit that like button if you are here. Thank you. Show love to the show. And also hit the little emoji thing that YouTube apparently cares about. It looks, little hearts and stuff and 100s and shocked faces and all this stuff that happens over here. That stuff. Hit that stuff over there if you can. Apparently YouTube cares about that. So I'm just trying to abide by the rules. Yeah, the algorithm. So but NYC B-Ball, thank you, my brother, for the generous super chat. He said, I think the Knicks style of play makes them more prone to injuries as opposed to say the Celtics or the Pacers, who play a more finesse style. Excuse me.
I can argue with that statement.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
Celtics live on the perimeter.
I mean, who's the Celtics' only major injury right now? KP. And they have someone who can compensate for that. I mean, sure, he's not as good a three-point shooter as he used to be, but Horford is still tough enough to where he can endure those kinds of hits.
And there's some truth. They have a former Knick, too, getting playing time, Luke Cornett. So
I can't. That's the craziest thing ever. Okay, shout out to Luke Cornett. Do your thing, brother. Whatever.
Yeah, so if we win Game 7, because there was a report already, Porzingis might miss couple of games already, the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, we'll be having to play Cornette, and those were some dark years when he was on the roster. So
yeah, but you know,
that mostly on who was basically running things behind the scenes in old Mr. Triangle Tunnel Vision, Phil Jackson.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about him.
Yeah. There's been some dark times, guys, but that's why we should appreciate this time that much more. You know, it means a lot more to us, man. We got a lot of good things going right now. It's once again, it's the Knicks, guys. It's adversity. We're gonna deal with it. These Knicks don't make anything easy. It's for a reason that we have to be used to this. We can't go too crazy with it. The Knicks they're not that team, but I'm not saying they never will be, because next year, after going through this, they may be able to add a couple smarter pieces to the mix. Give yourself a little insurance for OG Anunoby if he gets hurt, because you need insurance. Yeah. And then we'll go from there.
We convinced Thibodeau to take the Pat Riley approach and use every player on the damn bench.
Well, listen, you know the only way to do that, Mets, is to continue. I said this a long time ago. This was years ago, right? When I was upset with Tibs. I said, you know what? The only way to stop Tibs from playing Alec Burks as his point guard, as a starter, and doing all this other stuff he was doing, is to give him better players. Give him more talent. You keep giving. If you have a team full of talent, he's got to play somebody. And sometimes, you know what? There's going to be moments where talented players are just going to sit on the bench. But at some points, you're going to need. You got injuries throughout the course of the season. You got games where guys are struggling. You got games where guys go into a funk, more than one game. Sometimes you need to sit them down, bring somebody else fresh in. It's better to have a lot of talent than to not have, you know, that talent that you can believe in, and you got to point to your bench, and you see guys like Diakate, and this is no shade to them, but guys like Diakate and Jacob Toppin and Daquan Jeffries and Jericho Sims even they just not
Charlie Brown. We have Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Oh, we still got Charlie. Oh my God.
I think guys. We do.
I don't know. Maybe he's gone. But these guys are just not ready for the big stage. They're just not ready.
What about Sims?
A man named Lucy Van Pelt, and every time Charlie goes for the ball, he'll pull it away and he'll go flying on his back.
Lucy Van Pelt. I don't know that one.
Peanuts joke.
Oh.
You know, the whole football gag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
See the football way up.
Yeah. I got it. Okay. I see
what about Sims? Would you want? I don't mean to bring this into like an off-season conversation, but I don't think Tibbs trusts. Like, if Taj Gibson was on this roster right now, like with Sims, do you think Taj would get playoff minutes over Sims?
Probably. Tibbs. Listen, I've said it before. I don't know why. I don't think Tibbs is really fond of Sims. I think he's in a version of his doghouse. Mm-hmm. Like Tibbs has a doghouse that, you know, guys have been in. Fournier was in it. Keep saying that. Oh, yeah, we wanted to have. Let me put him on. What's that going on over there? There we go. There was a point where you know, Fournier wasn't getting any burn whatsoever, and people were like, well, they don't want him to get injured. You know, he's in the trade. Yeah. Even after the trade deadline, he still wasn't playing. So, you know, he's in Tibbs's doghouse, right? We saw Cam Reddish go in Tibbs's doghouse.
He was in everyone's doghouse.
Yeah, and then we saw Obi, who was even still allowed to play, but he was in Tibbs's doghouse.
Yeah.
So I think Sims is he's just the only issue with Jericho Sims is he's a guy who has great jumping ability, but if you really look at him, that introverted personality that he has, it affects his physicality. He's
no
not a
dog,
bull. He's got no dog. That's exactly it. And if he had some dog, man,
I love that you brought this up because I was joking about it with my friend. Because in the regular season, when he'd be out there, even in the playoffs, like a little bit of time, like he has no intimidating factor. It's like a golden retriever's down there. You just want to pet him, It's like, oh yeah, just come on,
that's a problem.
He seems like a good dude, but he's not intimidating. How do you have this insane vertical? Like, how are you this strong? But it seems like someone finishes over him all the time. But
right.
that's why he was the 58th pick in the draft. He never fully developed. But I'll say for the 58th pick, some people don't even last in the league this long. So credit to him. But yeah, he's very raw. He's a raw player.
I know of one way we could get him to get that killer instinct. Have him star as Michael Myers in a Halloween fan film and let him go on a killing spree.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know. Mets is like, yeah, I'm gonna listen.
There's a way to try to get that spark in the Sims. I've heard people say he looks like a reject of Michael Myers, so why not let him build on that?
Well, I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't believe in that stuff. I think it's very gimmicky. But if you wanted to kind of create like a persona for him, in the off season, something that's played. Like the problem with a guy like Jericho Sims, and this is, and I don't want to spend too much time on it because, like I said, he's not really a big factor in what we got going on. But Jericho Sims is in a way in the same realm that you would find young Mitch. Young Mitch was not an introvert, but he had a different quirky personality. Mitch is a weird type of cat. He's a fun guy, great person.
He seems like a good dude, though. He seems like
he's a good dude. He just has some things. He's different, right? And but what they did was, even though that may be the case, Mitch has a good personality. So they allowed Mitch to host a little show, like a little in-house show where he used to go around with a mic and interview the that was fun. And that helps build out his personality and also makes him more comfortable with his team. You know what I mean? That this is different things. They need to find just an odd dude. They just need to find a way to kind of get Jericho Sims a little bit more, ingratiated with the team. Even Derrick Rose is an introvert, but he's a different level of introvert than he's opened up a little bit more than a Jericho Sims. So there's somehow that happened over time. It can happen for Jericho too. And then maybe Jericho can tap into that physicality that's there because you can't be a guy. And that's the problem. Okay, this is the bottom line. I will move on.
Yeah.
Jericho is that type. He's not a beast like that. He doesn't use his physicality. And you say, okay, you could still get away with that if you're the type of guy who grabs rebounds at a high level. If you're the type of guy who can jump out the gym and dunks on people all the time, right? He don't do that stuff either. So it's like that's the
hook shot. Doesn't have a hook shot. Doesn't have a mid-range shot.
That's the same thing that happened with Obi, guys. A lot of people are like, you know what? Talking about Obi not being here. Even when Obi was here, even the stuff that he wasn't doing well, okay, he has to work on it. But the stuff he should be doing well, like we watched it last night. And even shout out to Uncle Freezy from Blorange Tears. He brought it up. Yo, that was crazy. When's the last time we seen that? When's the last time you see Obi Toppin dunk on somebody? Of course, it happened last night against us.
Dunked on Hartstein
times.
You just don't see it because he doesn't. Even though he can jump out the gym too, you don't see that level of aggression. So it's like whatever you do well, if you're not even doing that well, that's the problem.
Especially in the half court, because he went to a perfect situation. You could not be the biggest Obi fan, the lack of rebounding, the way he moves laterally on defense, he can get bullied. But he went to the perfect situation. Run the floor. We have one of the best pass first point guards in the league. The reality is he wasn't going to work out because our style of play doesn't fit Obi, but he's in a great situation with the Pacers, even as McConnell to feed him the rock. It seems like every time McConnell comes off the bench, he at least gives the Pacers 10 points, 6 assists, like automatically. And we've had no answer except the last game at the Garden. I thought he kind of slowed down, but I I could already see the Knicks fans are gonna be booing Obi for sure. Every shot, like,
Yeah.
can you give us one airball three in the corner? He used to do that all the time with the Knicks. You know, airball and a shot in the corner.
Yeah. Listen, and not for nothing. I'm not saying, guys, keep it classy. Don't go crazy. But tomorrow, the Knicks fans should be raucous. They should be booing everybody. Like,
Yeah.
you know, let it make it feel like it's hostile in there. Boo everybody. Don't go crazy. You don't got to start throwing the Trey Young F-bombs out there because Knicks fans get wild with it. But, but yeah, give the Knicks a home court advantage, man, for real. Oh, also, I want to shout out. Thank you guys. Shout out to the Louisiana Knicks, man. Thank you. Appreciate you for buying me a coffee. Happy birthday, bro. Knicks got the 7th game. Got this 7th game. Brunson is going to lead the way. Captain Clutch. Facts. I agree, man. I think he's going to step up and do what he's got to do. I believe.
I believe.
Yeah.
We're
Also,
we're gonna win.
Also, shout out to my guys at Morning Brew Sports Network. Bought you 2, not 1, but 2 coffees. Happy birthday to the greatest R&B radio voice of Knicks Nation. We love you, fam. Hey, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thanks so much, man. Man. Thank you, guys. So, I just want a quick shout out to a couple people in the chat. Shout out to Christopher McLean. Thank you for being here and rocking with us. Wait. Where is it? Okay. He said we should be happy we are in game 7 with all these injuries. Please stop blaming Tibs. True. I mean, listen, that's fair. I mean, it's not easy to get here. People take it for granted. With all these injuries, I'm shocked myself when I actually think about it. Shout out to yeah, right. Shout out to
Mitchell.
Wacko in Brooklyn, you know, Mets his nemesis, and keep it quiet. Inconsistent Hartenstein, 4.6 rebounds is terrible. It really is. And, you know, listen, I'm one of those fans that I love to, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too close to the mic. My voice gets deep and the bass low is not unusual. I don't want to give you too much, but after the way he played in that last game with those 12 offensive boards, I think he finished with like 17 rebounds to then come out like, come on, man, what are we doing? I don't even ask you. I don't want 17 rebounds, but if he even gave us 10 to 12, it makes a big difference in the game. You know what I mean? So
he's been up and down, but I feel like he plays better at home. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, agreed.
Feed off that crowd. He plays with more energy. I feel like I wish we played with more energy on the road, but we're in this position now. So
we just got to get out of this series, man. This series is just bad juju. No pun intended. We got to get out of here.
Just give me that feeling. Just give me that feeling of being in the Eastern Conference. Just give me that feeling.
That's all I want. Let's just get there.
Like, of course, I want to see us get out of the Eastern Conference Finals and go to the finals, but I've never seen this.
I hear you. Let's just get there, man. AP is in the building, so I can't understand how can 5 players get hurt all in one season. Well, I hear you, but AP, I don't know if you was here when I was breaking it down. All 5 of these players, they get hurt differently, and you can't necessarily point to these injuries being because of, you know, being played a lot of minutes. Like, these are weird. Some of these were weird injuries, not all of them, but there's a real reason for it. I pointed to it again. Just a real quick recap. Mitchell Robinson was Joel Embiid. Okay, he did that from start to finish. He started it, made it tough on Mitch's ankle when he came down awkwardly, and then he finished it by falling on him later in the game, and Mitch had to lead, and it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Right. So that's Joel Embiid. He did that. Right. Julius was a fluke, jumping up and then falling the way he did on his shoulder. Like, what the hell is going on here? That's crazy. Nuts. That's a fluke. Right. OG. Okay, maybe you want to say his had to do with playing a lot of minutes, but he was also pushing himself like he had never pushed himself to score those 28 points. I would have talked about that. That he was going crazy. He was going inside, outside. He was running all around the place. Maybe he put a little too much on his body. And, you know, we already say he's Teflon Don. So I don't know. Maybe.
Best game he's played in a next year. Dude looked like freaking Kawhi out there, man. Like, he was doing everything. And I noticed this. So regular season, his best game with the Knicks against the Heat, plays well. And this is the game Randall gets hurt. But I'm trying to look at it optimistically. Okay, we saw OG scoring. Maybe we're gonna see some in the Hornets game. Gets hurt and shoot around right before that. coming off that good game versus the Heat, and then this time another breakout game, and then there's a setback. So it's been 2 setbacks when he's had his best games. He has his injury history. It's so unfortunate, but we're gonna have to pay him. You don't trade RJ quickly to not pay him. That just makes no sense. That's a terrible job by Leon Rose.
History was one of the main reasons I didn't want OG.
But even that being the case, we talked about this too. We talked about the best case scenario of how you look at an OG Anunoby for this New York Knicks team. And the bottom line is when he's healthy, the Knicks win. Okay? That win to loss ratio that he provides is astronomical. And unfortunately, that's his best bargaining chip. And if you're looking at it from a basketball standpoint, I think it was the first time I heard it was Sim from Nothing But Knicks. He said, if you got an 82 game season and you've got OG Anunoby for 52 games, I don't know if he used that. I think he might have said 60, but whatever. Let's say 60. You got OG Anunoby for 60 games. And his win percentage is that you are going to win about 90% of those games, around there, 88 to 90% of those games. You telling me the rest of the team can't pick up the slack and have a good win percentage in those 22 games without like that's a huge advantage. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. So, if you're legit, you'll be able to be competitive and win those 20 games even without OG. Like it's still a team game. And even a Raptors fan was telling me, I forgot what year it was, because I was thinking, all right, this one year the Raptors went to the playoffs. This is when they didn't even have Kawhi. They lost to Philly in the first round. I was thinking, okay, it's maybe just Siakam that brought them there. And as Raptors fans told me, like, yeah, OG only played 50 games this one season, but they won like 30 or like a big majority of those 50 games. So OG is actually one of the main reasons that they were able to go to the playoffs that year when they lost to Philly in the first round.
Right. That's I mean, listen, he just adds value. And so my whole thing is, yes. Oh shoot. My whole thing is, yes. Could the Knicks go out there and find somebody who can add some defense and some offensive scoring, and give you that 3-and-D vibe, maybe 6'7", 6'8", and plays maybe 75 games. I don't want to say, you can't count.
Sounds like Mikal Bridges to me.
I see where you're going.
He never missed a game. He missed one.
A lot of money just to get rid of him.
Could they do that? Yes. Right. But if Mikal, so let's do it like this. I'm not getting into all that, guys. I'm not an analytical guy.
Yeah,
that's crazy for me to figure out. But if there was a way that you can compare 75 games of Mikal Bridges and 60 or even 55 games of OG Anunoby and the impact on winning that they both provide.
Yeah.
Like if in the end you see that they both provide the same amount of impact and OG does it in less games available. I mean, that's the bottom line, because I think that's kind of where the numbers are going, that OG just provides so much help for this New York Knicks team. Like he might do that for any team, but specifically for this Knicks team, he is the piece that they have been waiting for. It fits Tom Thibodeau's defense like a glove. And so that's why it's so important. Other teams, maybe OG's not the answer for them. Maybe they got a different infrastructure, different setup. So he helps them, but he really helps the Knicks. And so that's what I think it is.
That's a great point when it comes to fit thing, because I would talk to my friend MH about this, that Tibs always wanted RJ to be a player that he isn't. OG, like top 3 in the league when it comes to corner 3-point shooting. Where was RJ always? In the corner.
Yep.
So what is he like? People have been comparing him to like his Luol Deng or whatever some people were saying.
Yeah, he's like a Luol Deng type. Yeah, that's true. Shout out to HP Carlos, salute Knicks Nation. Thank you for being here, bro. Shout out to Nick Jr. 79. Thank you for being here. Sherwin's in the building. What up, Sherwin? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Let me see. Shout out to Parrish Duggar in the building. Salute, Parrish. me see. Let me get. I think there's a super chat here. Oh yeah, thank you, Parrish, for the generous super chat. He said, "Whoever doesn't believe Tibs rotations has everything to do with our injuries is clueless. Tibs is great, but he has a rep for a reason. Exhibit A." I think there's just more to it. I think if you want to really break it down, I think there's more to it. If you want to say the injury, I mean the rotations and playing a lot of. So here's the thing. So we're talking about two different things, really, guys. If you want to say that Tibbs playing these guys is forcing them to be more tired, and therefore, you're not able to get the best out of them, that's a different conversation. I could agree with you there. I could say that these guys have learned how to play tired, but yes, would they be a little bit more effective if they were more rested and didn't play as many minutes out there in the court? Yeah. I'm just arguing about the injury standpoint. I'm not talking about tired and effectiveness. That's a different story. Now, there, I'm with you guys, because playing 48 minutes or 42 minutes is definitely going to affect your efficiency at some level, or like that effectiveness that you have. There's some energy you're going to lose at some certain points. But I'm only talking about the injuries. I'm just saying, don't blame it necessarily on these type of injuries. A pulled hammy or something like that, maybe. That's why I told you the OG thing, maybe.
And he's an injury history, so it's like kind of
right.
I don't know. But the Bojan Bogdanovic injury is just bad luck. He dove for the ball.
Dude.
But I didn't think it was a dirty play by Batum. I thought people.
No, it wasn't dirty. It's just we're upset as fans because our guy's hurt and it's another guy hurt.
Yeah, and then
again, you had to compound the ankle injury Bojan suffered with the wrist issues he'd been dealing with all season. So
and I didn't even
when he went down.
But even think about that, Mets. I mean, I don't know if you knew. Did you know about the wrist injury before he hurt the leg? Because I didn't know about it.
I heard some spec about it, but I didn't think much of it.
Yeah, I never saw it happen. I just saw like the report. And
yeah, I mean the wrist injury was before he came to the Knicks.
I know, but I'm saying because he was a Piston, I didn't get a lot of their games down here. I heard about it, but never caught a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was really affecting him. It was his left wrist too. It wasn't even his.
Yes, it wasn't affecting his shooting hand. Yeah,
but
so it was okay.
You look at Mitch. So obviously he got tugged on by Embiid, but I really thought it was the play when Embiid like landed on him. Just that. Game
that's what took him out.
Yeah, but that game was just a mess when Embiid like undercut Hartenstein, like hit his nuts. That game was just. Oh my! I think
wild stuff, man.
Yeah, we don't even have to talk about that.
Shout out to the official Payback in the building. He said the lack of effort was crazy. It was, bro.
And we showed up. The Knicks showed up, wearing black like it was a funeral. They dressed for their own funeral. That's embarrassing.
Oh my God, Noah, don't do it. Noah just gave y'all the punchline. That's what I was thinking myself. I was like, they came in there dressed for a funeral, but it turned out to be their own. Like, no.
And I see Daquan Jeffries dressed as like a cowboy wearing black, like a cowboy hat. Get this dude off the field. Get him off the field. Like, oh my, come on.
That was great.
This is one of the reasons I love this team is because we're supposed to be no nonsense, all business. Like this shit, come on, man.
Yeah, that was, I don't know.
Just go and play and win the game. Like, you're just doing too much right now.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Shout out to I don't know. Oh, I think that's an L. I think that's Al. Shout out to Al. Yeah. Even though Burks and Bojan had slow starts, look what happened when they got more playing time. We lamented losing Bojo. Oh, I'll say it the way you wrote it. And we are now counting on Burks. Shake my head. Yeah, that's what happens.
Burks has stayed ready. He's a veteran. Maybe we should have played him more in the Philly series. Maybe he wouldn't have matched up as well. We know Indiana's a worse defensive team than Philly. And maybe he would have turned the ball over more and would have been pissed. But
listen, I think it worked out okay, Noah. I think Burks he played at the time that he needed to play. Because if we would have played him earlier, who knows if we would have got this level of Burks, which is decent. We were getting when we got him over here, that Burks was, I don't know what that was. This dude couldn't even hit free throws. I'm like, are you kidding me? Noah, I'm going to tell you, like, I know people were killing him, and I started to kill him towards the end. But when I see that a guy is shooting 90% from the free throw line, it comes to the Knicks, and he was shooting, at one point, he was shooting 61% from the free throw line. What the hell is going on here?
I'm scared to see what Brunson's shooting from the free throw line this playoffs. It's probably under 80%.
Yeah, now you're gonna make me look it up. Thanks.
Well, there was the one game. There was the one game he didn't miss a free throw. I think he went like 13 for 13. I forgot what it was. I'm gonna guess he's shooting 78% from the line, which I think in the regular season he shot 83, 84%.
Well, let's see. Are you correct? I mean, you could be. Postseason basketball. He is shooting 76.9%.
So worse than I said. That's not good. 76% for Brunson's not good. Like, those are free points, man. Like, free points. That's just bad.
Now, you know, even though I say that, it's really like when you look at the numbers, it's not as bad as it sounds, but maybe when the free throws are missed, because like
the context,
it's 6 for 9 in one game, 6 of 7 in one game, 6 of 9 in another, 4 of 7. That's not that great. 4 of 6. Like he, you know, it doesn't. If you had more volume, that percentage goes up. So it's like it's weird.
Yeah, we have to look at it with context. Like I remember Brunson split a huge pair in the elimination game, but then he hit both at like an important moment. He missed like 2 in a row at one point last night. When I saw that, I was just not encouraged. Like a lot of his shots were short last night. Like a lot of
he gets locked in and can be a little streaky when it comes to his shooting sometimes. Like in game 1 against Indiana, he was 14 of 14 from the line. I mean,
yeah, he was very good in that one.
Yeah. So shout out to Al. Thank you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Kenny Payne in the building. He said greatest coach ever. Shout out to Space Ghost in the building. Salute Ron SKF family. Appreciate you. Thank y'all for being here and rocking with us. Yeah. I see there is another super chat, I believe. There it is, Parrish Stugger. Shout out to you. Thank you for the generous super chat. He said Tibs has to play our guys to death to get us this far, but it also means he can't ever win it all, just like Tibs' good resume shows. History don't lie. I mean, okay. I mean, you may, if you're saying that because of Tibs' style of play, you expect that this was going to happen because eventually the way he plays guys, these guys are going to get hurt. So by the time you get to the playoffs, he won't have enough bodies. If you think that is a microcosm of the way Tom Thibodeau runs his teams and you have, the factual evidence to back that up, then maybe you're right. Then maybe that is an issue. And that's something that the front office needs to look at. If they can see, the problem is you can't point to it unless you have the success to point to. And Tibbs he's had some success, but when it comes to the playoff stuff, you need to see that track history. I need to see that every time Thibodeau coaches a good team that gets into the playoffs, they can't go further because a lot of those guys are not healthy in the playoffs. I got to see that for me to,
Cases and points, Derrick Rose, 2011-2012 playoffs, Joakim Noah, around that same time, when Tibbs was the head honcho in Chicago.
I think the problem with the Rose wasn't was technically overplaying. Just having him out there in a situation he shouldn't have been out there. I don't think he was like run down. But yeah, I understand that one. Rose shouldn't have been out there versus Philly in the series. I get like those are times I actually get pissed. Like even regular season games. I remember we were playing the Pistons. We're winning by like this is when DiVincenzo broke the record for the 3-pointers made. And I remember like Brunson still being out there and we're up 30 against the Pistons with like no Cade, like without anyone. I understand that when guys are out there when they just shouldn't be. Like I don't care what your bench is. You're up 30 against. It was pretty much the Pistons G League team. So I understand the frustrations there. But last year, what was it? I understand Mitch ended up getting hurt in the Heat series, but I thought that was because Bam was dirty. Do you think Randall got hurt before the playoffs because of Tibbs? And I know what was a 72-game season the first time we made it to the playoffs with Tibbs, but it was just Mitch that got hurt.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that
also, Noel who got injured that year.
Who was it? Who'd you say?
Noel.
Oh, Oh,
No,
I don't.
he started for us in place of Mitch because I remember Noel
Yeah,
struggled.
but then he went down. We had to switch him out for Taj.
Yeah, but
Maybe
at
that's
no
what happened.
at
Yeah.
no time, listen, this whole running guys into the ground thing about Tibbs didn't resurface until this year. People weren't talking about Tibbs overextending guys' minutes the last couple of years. We talked about in the past, Tibbs would do that. And we knew that Tibbs likes to play his guys, but it was never an issue to the point where we were talking about all these guys playing 40 plus minutes. We've never had a team where we've had this many key pivotal guys out at the same time either.
Mhm.
So this is the year that you could point to and say that this is what's happening this year. But in the past, it wasn't happening to this level.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I don't want to say I don't want to use that as the basis for all this. Like even Julius Randle's injury, his ankle injury, wasn't because he was playing excessive minutes. He has hurt his ankle. It was a bad. If you watch the play, it was a bad play. He hurt his ankle, and then he re-aggravated versus Miami. It's just bad. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. He's playing who's available. At the end of the day, he's like, I get like, obviously, hopefully it doesn't happen, but some people just don't like Tibbs. Like if Burks gets hurt next game, hopefully he doesn't. People are just gonna be like, oh, it's Tibbs' fault. Like people are just gonna be like that. Do I think Tibbs is perfect? No, I do not think Tibbs is perfect, and there's times I get really frustrated with him. But it's just if there's a year to get pissed off at Tibbs, it's not the year. Like it's just not. We're one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals with this team just murdered with injuries. You know, Bogdanovich, most important shooter off the bench during the time. Mitchell Robinson, most important defender. You know, and these weren't because of Tibbs. Just some people don't appreciate Tibbs. I understand the negativity, or I understand some of the negativity, but I don't.
The whole thing is, you know, we are playing from a point of weakness because we don't have our guys out there. And people are going to look at, well, why aren't our guys out there? Oh, well, this is what Tibbs is known for. So he's got to be the reason. And that's not the case. Like I said before, you can point to Tibbs and say, guys are playing too much and they're tired. And so their effectiveness is not as good as it could be. That's fine. I could agree with that. But to say that all of these injuries are caused because of that is not a fair statement, especially when you look at the nature of the injuries. The other thing, too, is you talk about Tibbs being, because there's some people that don't like Tibbs because he does play his guys a lot. He's an old school throwback type of coach, and he's not the only one. Other guys do that too. Believe me, a Greg Popovich would do that too if he had that type of team, but his team is not a contender.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the other thing is like, can he coach? You know, because a lot of people is like, oh, well, Tibbs can't even coach. But then you give Tibbs talent, and look what Tibbs does with the talent. When guys are healthy, you saw what they did in January. They were not just the best team in the East; they were the best team in the NBA in January. Because when you give, I was going to say, because when you give him those type of players that buy into his system and his defensive principles, you know, crazy stuff, man. Sky's the limit. Go ahead, Noah.
And some people think Rose carried Tibbs, so obviously they had success with Rose. But when Rose got hurt and had surgery, the season after, people thought the Bulls weren't making it to the playoffs. I believe they made it to the second round of the playoffs, even without Derrick Rose. So he does get results. I understand it's different. But the way like my dad has talked about like New York back in the day, like the 90s Knicks, I appreciate Tibbs' style because he is old school. He is no nonsense. And I know like someone brought up in the chat, like the players voting, like Tibbs is the coach they least want to play for and all that. I don't know if you remember when that came out, but just the reality is in today's NBA, I feel like there is a lot more softer players that do want rest, and just the reality, Dante's gotten better when he's been here. Josh Hart's been better when he's been here. Jalen Brunson's been better when he's been here. Mitch, we could talk about his injuries, but we saw how freaking undisciplined he was at the beginning of his career. He got better, like when he's been healthy. Hartenstein, you know the Clippers, you know why the Clippers didn't keep Hartenstein? They decided to sign John Wall, who's washed, over him. And Hartenstein wanted to go back there, and he's been better. This dude was our backup center to start the year. Quentin Grimes was starting over Dante DiVincenzo. You know, OG was even with this team, and we gained so much chemistry just like that as soon as OG joined the team. I don't know. Maybe I'm a Tibbs defender, like especially this year. I was really hard on him, like the Kemba year and all that. But I don't know, just with this much adversity, it's just not the year to crap on Tibbs. It's just not. Maybe you could talk about like previous years, but just not this year, man.
Yeah, I think I mean I think you're right. I just like because every time we try to go at Tibbs, we at the end of the season we're looking at okay, what have we done, and we realize that we've taken a step forward. Like whether people want to see it or not, expectations get a little high, but we're one game away from making the Eastern Conference Finals. Last year we made it to the second round. We hadn't made it to the second round in how long? This year ECF. It's a progression. It's not like we're getting worse. We are getting better. So it's like how do you look at a coach and say you're the issue, you're the what's wrong with the team, even though this has been a successful year. We won 50 games and we made the 2 seed, and we're in the second round of the playoffs with a chance to go to the ECF. Like, how do you say that you're the problem? That's tough. I'm not saying he's perfect, guys, and this is me. Understand, guys. I like Tibbs. I don't love Tibbs. Do I think that maybe there's another coach out there that could take this product to another level? Maybe. But right now he's our guy, and I respect what he has done here because it is beneficial. Like, we are winning. So I'm just more of I'm the guy to help you, throw your stuff out there. We'll talk about it, but I'm giving you both sides of the coin, like, so we can have a good dialogue and good conversation. I'm not really leaning either way, but I'm just on the point of as much facts as I can get out of it and what makes as much basketball sense, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mets.
But still, who's the only other New York, New Jersey Metro team left in any playoff going on right now, aside from the Knicks? The Rangers. What have they been pride on? Similar credo as the Knicks, coming at you and then blasting you every time they get a shot at the biscuit. I mean, to put the biscuit in the basket. However, the key difference is, I think, for those who want to use the coaching argument against Tibbs, is that Pierre Laviolette has a much more thorough mindset on when he wants to get his players off the ice, and he's willing to use every piece of the puzzle, instead of just sticking with which pieces he wants to use, like Thibodeau does.
So, and once again, we're always going to. Yeah, that's the thing. We're going to go back and forth with that because that is the case. Are we talking about Tom Thibodeau having all of his guys available and not giving minutes to guys that could definitely use it and could help the team because we're struggling? Because that's the key. If everybody was healthy, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby. I think I said that once. I think so. All those guys will be playing and getting good minutes, right? Mm-hmm. And then you throw in, I guess, there's fringe players. Deuce McBride might be the first fringe player who's going to get in there, and then Precious Achiuwa. And that's it. We're talking about if everybody's healthy. And then sporadically, depending on how the game is going, you might see Bogdanovich. You might. Mm-hmm. This is if everybody's healthy. And then you probably won't see Alec Burks, right? You won't see anybody after Alec Burks. That's just what it would be. Would people be complaining and saying, oh, well, these other guys need to play, or Tibbs is not? Like, the minutes would be mixed up. They would be like, maybe the starters would play 34, 35 minutes tops, maybe 36. But they wouldn't be playing more than that. Most of them would probably be playing around 32 to 33. We'd be winning some games easily. Sometimes they'd have some laughers. They'd be playing like 28, 30 minutes. Like, that's the nature of it. That's with a healthy team. With a team that's not healthy and you're so limited, you don't know where your offensive effort is coming from. You need guys like Deuce and Alec Burks to step up. I mean, look at what we're doing here, guys. Like, this is not, this is crazy.
And it's another year with like injuries or guys not 100%, that like we haven't even seen Josh Hart in his real role in a Knicks uniform. Let's be real. Last year, because of injuries, we were asking him to do a lot offensively. Like, he's doing more than he actually should be doing, but obviously in this position we need him to score points. But then this time around, what do you have, like 2 20-point games in the Phillies series? He hasn't played in his actual role. Like, when healthy, he's going back to the bench. So the Knicks are just like depleted right now. I know some people want to see us run longer rotations, but I don't even trust Sims for like 6 minutes. I really don't. I'm not a Sims guy at all. He just looks absolutely lost. And if we played him on the road, I couldn't like we saw Precious struggle. And I think Precious is better than Sims. Obviously. Could you imagine what Sims would have looked like on the road? But I wouldn't maybe mind him as a lob threat. Because that's one thing I'll say about the offense. Maybe Brunson needs to work on, or maybe we have to add this into the playbook. It's so rare when I see a lob, like an alley-oop. Like we need to find easier ways to get buckets.
I just think that, you know, unfortunately, you know, you know, it takes the fact that Tibs has to believe in Sims, but you know, the coaching staff and the players, I said this going into, you know, game 5. We need a Deuce. The players and coaching staff needs to go to Deuce and say, Deuce, we need you. Like, you know, same thing you got to do with Sims. Got to go to him and give him that extra confidence that he's lacking. Tell him, listen, we need you. Because, you know, I think a good situation is whenever you have certain moments to have a guy like Sims matched up with Obi Toppin. You know, Obi Toppin tries to get to the rim and dunk on somebody.
Yeah.
Sims should be able to meet him at the rim. You should be able to. I mean, I don't know. The problem with Sims is he doesn't have great blocking timing. That's the reason why he doesn't block a lot of shots. His timing is bad because he definitely can jump with everybody. He's right
falls
there.
for pump fakes. He falls for
it's just his timing is not good. But you know, if he could build up some confidence, and he's a good nullifier for Obi, because whatever Obi can do at the rim, Sims could be right there to match him. Could be right there to stop him. Like, you know, and Obi would know it in the back of his head. Oh, if I jump, you know, Sims might be able to get it. So that's good. That's a good problem to have. We just not being able to, you know, use it right now because of, you know, the way Sims plays in general. Shout out to Slim Slammer. Oh, and thank you, Jay from PR for the birthday love. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Slim Slammer. Thank you. We get no alley-oops ever. Yeah, that's you know, 1, we don't get them. And 2, we shouldn't be giving them up if Sims is out there. That's the, you know, this type of things, man. Yeah. FGC Hitman is in the building. It was a tough loss. Agreed. Yeah, man. Good to see you, though. We got to get through it, man. We got to get through it. Shout out to D Coolest in the building. Salute. What's good, my brother? So let me ask you guys this, man, because we're talking about the negative. We still shell shocked from everything we've witnessed. But what about the positive? And it's not my birthday, but I mean, it is my birthday, but that's not the positive that I'm getting to. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man.
The
positive here is game 7 is happening. We're going back to Madison Square Garden. We're getting some home cooking, getting the love of the fans, and the Knicks do feed off of that, and they do play good at home. So what can you expect from tomorrow's game? Right? We wasn't a good home team. Now all of a sudden we become a good home team.
And the Pacers haven't won at the Garden.
What, a mediocre, just barely above 500 team last season?
Right.
Last year we were more road warrior than home.
Yeah.
Than home defenders.
Yeah.
This year it's been the opposite.
So being that you just said something, Mets, let's start with you. What's your thoughts? What can the Knicks do differently to get the victory tomorrow?
Force Indy to fire the threes. If they do what they did last night, this team is screwed. If they go for because I think Tibs figured out that he did good grief. You gotta be kidding me. They used our tactic against us. Now we need to force them back into their old tactic at any and all costs. But we're stretched thin. As much as I want to do it, I may need to put it with Hart on the shelf. I may need to bring in either Diakate or Jeffries as a backup small.
Yeah.
And trust me, we know full well Tibbs doesn't want to do that.
No, he doesn't.
But if Hart's not able to go with that ab strain or has to play limited minutes, he may have no other options.
True.
It's going to come
thoughts, Noah?
It's going to come down to the physicality. Whoever wins the rebounding battle is going to win this game. Who's truly going to want it? Who's going to want it more? We're going to have to make the Pacers more of a half-court team. They're going to get buckets in transition. We need to rotate better. We need to stop leaving guys open for like warm-up threes. We have to make an adjustment to Siakam being open on that right wing or like the middle of the court in that mid-range area every time. We have to make an adjustment to that. We need guys consistently. We need to consistently get everyone involved in the offense. We can't have let's say McBride has like 10 points in the first quarter. He can't have 5 shots the rest of the game. Like 5
Right.
shots the rest
In
of the
other
game.
words,
Right.
take the ball out of Brunson's hands a lot more frequently.
Yeah, and Brunson needs to make quicker decisions because the game prior, he did a really good job getting the ball out of his hands quickly on the doubles. I didn't think he did as good of a job with that last night. Don't press. Trust your teammates. You're at home. Feed off the crowd. If Hartenstein, when he gets those offensive rebounds, I understand he looks for his teammates and looks to kick it out. Try to dunk that, man. Like draw you're not a terrible free throw shooter. You're not Mitch. Like have more confidence in yourself to throw it down.
Chua levels of bad.
Huh?
He's not even Sims or Chua levels of bad.
Yeah. So I want to see Hartenstein just like fully aggressive. I'm expecting him to be more aggressive at the Garden. The Pacers haven't won at the Garden this playoff series. They have one road win these playoffs as well.
That was game 2 in Milwaukee.
Yeah, game 2 in Milwaukee. So we're gonna need the bench to step up. Burks is obviously gonna have to produce. Precious needs to play with more physicality. Put a hand up. I just thought we looked lazy last game. I wanted us to treat last game like we were the team down, but no, it seemed like the Knicks just have that mentality after the first quarter, like, oh well, we have another game to go. Like we have enough. Like that just shouldn't be our mindset. That's what I was worried about.
Get your head out of that mindset and play like it's the last damn game.
Agreed. Yeah, I hear you, Mets. Well, let Noah keep let him cook.
But Josh Hart's obviously going to be one of the main X factors. What's he look like health-wise? I think he's playing no matter what. Josh Hart's just that type of player. I think he's going to play no matter what. Jalen Brunson even said, like, I'm expecting him to play. It's a game 7. Hopefully he doesn't make his injury worse. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but we know he likes to fly around and get rebounds. But they're just gonna have to leave it all out there on the floor. Like this is our last chance to win the series. Like it's our last chance. They're gonna have to play like their lives are on the freaking line. Like they're gonna have to have that type of mentality. DiVincenzo closeout game versus Philly played well. Hart, if you're open for 3, please just shoot it. Just none of that pump fake, dribbling in the lane, and kicking it out
for a dumbass pass.
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta play this like we played Miami in those final games from '98 to 2000.
Yeah. But Knicks just got to give it their all. That may sound cliche, but they just have to. They have to be a more physical team. They're going to have to want it more. The Pacers truly wanted it more last game, no doubt about it.
Pray that they want
Brunson, we understand you have to create like your own shot, and you're going to have to operate off the dribble. But there's certain situations, just give up the basketball and trust your teammates. We won the elimination game versus Philly, game 6, because he trusted Josh Hart. Like, if he didn't trust Josh Hart, maybe that game could have went a lot differently. Some people were getting flashbacks to when we lost to Miami, and he didn't trust Josh Hart in that moment, even though I think Josh Hart's been a better three-point shooter this postseason than last year. But we can't hesitate. You know, when we start thinking, that's when things go downhill. Get off to a good start. Like, I think the crowd's going to be in it no matter what. But if we fall behind, like, 10, I don't know, like, let's say it's like 14-6, like, the crowd constantly has to be in it. We need to make momentum plays. They have more momentum plays than us, and we got to be physical with McConnell as well. If, like, McConnell gets going and gives them energy, I don't like that.
True. Ron, you're muted.
We're muted.
Sorry, I've got that sensitive mic that if I touch it with my, I did it again. I can't even get too close to it, and it mutes me. Whatever. Anyway, it's good mic though, but it's time for a new one. I agree. I think you guys are both. You know what you're saying is what needs to happen, and the Knicks. Bottom line is, if nothing else happens, the Knicks have to go out there and play with effort. Without effort in a game 7. I mean, what are we doing? Don't even show up then if you're not going to play with efforts. And I'm sure they're going to play with effort, especially back at the Garden. And then some other things, man. You got that effort and intensity is going to give them energy. Is going to allow them to be more aggressive on the offensive end and defensive end, and get back into what we do as far as Knick basketball, rebounding and making it difficult for the other team to get more opportunities. Like we need to create more opportunities for ourselves. So I think they'll be okay, man. I'm hoping for the best. Shout out to Willian in the building. Got to make shots and free throws too. Yeah,
and Hart, and a message to Josh Hart. If you get a rebound, you know, he looks to push that. Sometimes just calm down. You do not always have to make the home run play. Sometimes he tries to do too much with the basketball, and it just results in some stupid turnovers. I love Josh Hart, but those turnovers sometimes just piss me off, man.
No, I hear you. It's true. Shout out to what is it? I think who said it? Kenny Payne said, "I hope it." The crowd for Game 7, but I hope it's not Ice Spice. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But listen, if she's a good, maybe she's an omen. Maybe we need her at the guard. I don't know.
Well, I did see bad news. Stephen A. Smith's gonna be at the game. I did see that, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to beat that curse. No, actually, no.
Well, no. Last time we won in the Philadelphia game, and he left before the Knicks came back to win it.
Really?
Yeah. And that whole game, I think it was game 2 or game 3, one of those we were down. Yeah.
It was the defense.
Stephen A. left.
It was that crazy game. Yeah.
Shout out to Stephen A. He's a great Knicks fan. He left right before it happened.
I view him as more of a fair weather fan.
Yeah, no, he's horrible.
I always saw Quentin Grimes.
I mean, baseball, I don't know who he sides with. Football, he's definitely a Pittsburgh boy.
Yeah.
I don't think he gives a rat's ass about hockey.
No, he talks about the Rangers, but I don't know. I don't care. I don't care to hear what he has to say.
I don't care.
Shout out to Parrish Duggar. Thank you for the generous super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. He said Brunson made a decision to save it all for Game 7. Maybe at a certain point he was like, "We're not going anywhere." I don't know.
I hope he goes off and we win, but that should not be your freaking mentality. Let me save it for Game 7. Like, no, that should not be it. But yeah, I hope he has some freaking generational performance, and we're just crying tears of joy.
That's what I want. I mean, we need guys to do what they're doing, and we have to continue to see the other guys on the bench step up. We need extra scoring. We need ball movement and facilitating. We need to see this.
Took the deuce to the trade.
Yeah.
We need to see that. Like, he's got to continue, man. Deuce looked good yesterday in what he was doing. We got to continue to see that. We need everything. Like, this team is so decimated. Like, we need it. We need the help. Shout out to my guy Jay Ellis in the building. The Nick of Time show is here. He said Brunson looked tight in the second quarter, very un-Brunson-like. Yeah, didn't look right, bro. It did not look right,
dude. It was disaster. So we were down 2, I think, when you check back in the game, and just because obviously you missed like his next 11 shots. Yeah, it was just bad.
Yeah.
Being a hero ball idiot.
Knicks 100 said Mets show Ron your shirt again. What's on your shirt, Mets?
I'm scared.
Giants.
Oh, it's a Giants shirt. Super Bowl shirt. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, you want to show? I'll show you my shirt again. We got to believe, man. It's the Brunisher, baby. The Brunisher. Don't stop. Shout out to Bacher Back Pages. Bacher Back Pages.
Oh,
the
yeah.
work they do.
I need to get a shirt from there. I was looking at I just got a Knicks hoodie on right now, but or not hoodie, sweatshirt. But I was looking at that website. Yeah, they got some cool stuff on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool spot. The guy Steve is a really cool dude, a great personality, fun guy. You know what I mean? They do great work there. You go in there, it's basically a blank slate, a canvas full of plain shirts. You just go there, tell them what design you want, and they'll do the design right in front of you. It takes about 5 minutes. It's quick, and you're in and out.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bacher Back Pages. Let me see if I can find their information. I will put the link in the chat. Yeah, there it is. And I'll put the link here so you guys can check them out, man.
Wait, I need to ask the Knicks 100 AGM a question. All right. So, very passionate Knicks fan. I respect everyone's opinions. But always the all caps, man. Always the all caps.
He didn't need. Maybe he's either left his all caps on or he's just simulating a screaming everything.
Why is it always the all caps, man? No hate, no hate. It's just a passion, I guess.
Styles. Yes, there you go. All right. Yeah. So please go support Baka back pages. They've got great styles. I put the link. I don't know why I didn't put both of them together, but you know, don't mind me, man. It's my birthday. I'm foggy. Shout out to Sports Jedi Network in the building. What's going on, Kev? He said salute. Happy birthday, Ron. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. He says I use caps all the time. I don't know. I guess it's just a preference thing. And Knicks 100 said I kind of stuck with it. Like, hey, all right.
I'm not judging. I'm just wondering.
He said Alawai says I type it all caps too. Why?
Again, if there is one New York team that has a cancer in the coaching staff that needs to be cut, it's the Mets.
You know, Mets, I'm trying to enjoy my birthday. I don't want to think about the damn Mets, man. It's another.
I'm just saying.
Oh, geez,
you're talking to Mets, and you think the Mets aren't going to be.
I know it's tough, man. It is tough. I can't deal with it. It's crazy. Shout out to Danny Landis in the building. Said big round salute, bro. Salute Noah and Mets. Happy birthday. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. It would have been better if the Knicks won and we were going to the ECF, but that's okay. A day late, I'm not gonna be mad. Let's get it done tomorrow. That's all right. Let's get it done tomorrow. Yep. Thank you, Jay Ellis. Appreciate you. Listen, man. All I can say is just keep believing in each other, man. Don't turn on this team because we're dealing with adversity when you know the Knicks are used to dealing with adversity. That's all they do. They're the Jekyll and Hyde Knicks, the cardiac Knicks that people like to say. They just don't make it easy for us, man. They stress us out. They just can't. But what all else fails, you know why you're here. You have to know the ledge.
See if I know the ledge.
Don't jump out that window, guys. That's you know, bring it all back. Let's bring it all back. It's all right. It's okay. I'm telling you, we'll be better tomorrow. We got the Brunisher doing this thing. We'll be fine.
I got people typing in all caps in the chat.
look what you did, man. Look what I did. Look what I did. D-Raz says I'm abnormal. Oh man, it's funny.
I'm gonna have
thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Mets. Appreciate you, bro. I'm about to wrap up myself, you know, because it's my birthday and why not? I don't know. I don't got nothing. Yeah. But thank you, bro. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. So Noah, man, before we get out of here, and shout out to everybody who's tuned in. We got 229 in the building, 122 on X, 107 on YouTube. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Shout out to my guy Juan Lopez on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in, my brother. I appreciate you. Shout out to my guy, my arch nemesis, Mr. I think I can sing better than you can dance himself. Wiz BKLA in the building. Happy B-Day, Gregory Hines. Here we go. Strong points, Noah. I Hart off rebounds with putbacks, JB passes and free throws. Team aggression, perimeter defense, no hero ball, rebounds. 122-98. Wow, another blowout, man.
How amazing would that? How amazing would that be? We blow them out at home.
That would be fantastic, man.
I hope we get some. I'm expecting a close game, but oh my gosh, I would just be so freaking happy if that happened.
That would be fantastic.
Well, I'm happy regardless. We can win by 1 point. I'll be happy. You know, as long as we win. I don't care how we win, just win.
Yeah, just win. Exactly. Shout out to Justo. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Good to see you. This is happy birthday, Ron. Yeah, man. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate the love. It's just, you know, it's crazy times, man. But this is good. Listen, we could be just like all the other teams that are already, you know, off to Cancun, you know. But basketball still continues for us right now, so let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it and hope that they take care of business tomorrow at 3:30. It is what it is. And it stinks, bro. But what are you gonna do? Yes, as I know, as Andio says, smash that like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the show. HP Carlos in the building. He says, happy birthday, Ron. Much love from Portugal. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you as always. I miss my Filipino brethren. I haven't seen a lot of them in here lately. Hope they're doing okay. All right. So where was the there it is. So guys, once again, please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. It helps the show. It helps the algorithm, if you will. It looks a little something like this. Yeah, man. That would be great, man. You know, sometimes we take it for granted. People think it's no big deal. Like, whatever. Somebody else will smash the like button. No, you smash the like button. It's like voting. You know, don't leave it up to somebody else. You do it, and it helps the show. We appreciate it. It's free. Yeah, it don't cost you nothing. And please, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We are trying to grow the show. We are a little over 2,600 subscribers right now. We're on the road to 3,000. Getting back into worrying about subscribers again. I try not to focus on it, but I see, you know, it's a time for growth. So let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Ron. Wacko says, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. She completes me. It's the missus. Oh, she says happy. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man. Thank you. And love out there. Love.
Positive vibes.
Yeah. You look closely, you can see me with the bald head in these pictures, but I'm still dipped. You know, I'm still dipped with the shades and the shirt and tie. But whatever. Okay. Anyway, yeah, man. It is what it is, guys. So I would say that my hope for tomorrow is basically just same kind of sentiments what Mets and what Noah said. I just want the Knicks to go out there, have the effort. First, it starts with the effort. Then it starts with the defense, because those are the principles, and rebounding is going to be somewhere in the mix of all of that. Those are the most important factors for me, because even if we struggle scoring points, if we can make it difficult for them, if we can keep giving ourselves opportunities to get up more shots than them, with the second chance points, rebounds, all that stuff, we'll find a way. We will find a way. If you keep the game close, you definitely remember. To me, I don't care what nobody says in this particular series. The best closer on the floor is Jalen Brunson. So if you can keep the game close, you give Jalen Brunson an opportunity to shine and do his thing, as opposed to, don't get me wrong, Halliburton is a little dangerous. I just think Jalen Brunson has so many different ways to score. He's better at being a closer for the Knicks in a tight game situation than maybe what Indiana has. So I don't want a tight game because, like I told you guys before, I don't trust the refs. You make it a tight game, we're in trouble. I don't trust those guys. So
Siakam worries me more than Halliburton tomorrow.
Yeah. Speaking of Siakam, he was a real big. He was, I think, the catalyst for everything Indiana did. We could not stop his mid-range game, and those twos were coming at great times, man. He was just killing us with those.
And Hart's banged up too. We're already a smaller team right now with this lineup. Hartenstein's gonna be the key. I know, because this is me expecting DiVincenzo and Brunson to step up, and he's gonna play hard no matter what. But what Hartenstein are we gonna get tomorrow? That's the key. And I always feel weird about these early games. I always feel weird about these games.
I would hope that the combination of Precious Achiuwa and I know it may not happen, but a combination of Precious Achiuwa and Jericho Sims, maybe. I know Precious Achiuwa will be out there, but if Sims does play, I would hope Sims is active out there and he can just be a deterrent, even if he's just jumping straight up in the air. Like his height can affect somebody taking a jump shot. So I don't know, man. The Knicks got to find a way. Just find a way, guys.
Just win. I don't care how we win.
Just win.
Like we saw Game 6 versus Philly. We were up 22 points. We blew that in 3 minutes. We were down 10, and we came. If we could do that, we could do it again. Let's do it again.
Right. We got 88 likes right now, guys. We got 217 people watching. Let's see if we can get 12 more likes, guys. Let's get to 100. I'm trying to go out on a good note, man. At least get to 100. You know what I mean? So please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to be here thinking of what type of Tibs energy we need. Oh, I think I got it. I think I know what the type of Tibs energy we need, folks. I love that.
One of the most ridiculous videos I've ever seen.
I can't get enough of that. That's just too crazy to me. I don't know. Whatever.
Gosh.
I wonder if Tibs is home looking at game tape. No.
Oh,
that's nuts, man. Nuts.
I think Josh Hart showed him that video before.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Josh,
Yeah.
if there's somebody on the team that would show him, it would be Josh.
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah, AI is amazing, man. AI is crazy. Yeah. Oh, look at my guy. Oh, double A, missed the whole show, brother. But we were rocking and rolling today, man. He said, Big Ron, can we withstand any more bad luck? Salute, brother. Salute, Noah. Yeah, man. Just you can't make this stuff up, bro. But it just happens. It happens. Be surprised it doesn't happen a little bit more to other teams, but that goes to the point. Like people talk about how the Knicks do, how Tom Thibodeau drives the Knicks and how he overplays the guys with the minute usage. But does anybody ever think that maybe Tom Thibodeau gets the best out of these players? Maybe in some cases they play harder for Tom Thibodeau than other players play for their coaches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just saying, like, they love Tom Thibodeau. I mean, as much as we're saying what we're saying, these guys ain't doing it if they don't want to do it and if they haven't bought in.
I've seen like a couple Warriors fans come on my channel and be like, well, congrats like Giannis DiVincenzo because he was not this consistent. Like, we know he's been like up and down sometimes in playoffs, but like in the regular season, how consistent he was shooting the ball, he wasn't like that at Golden State. A lot of Warriors fans were telling me, obviously he's in a different role, but he was really up and down. Think you're muted. Maybe not. Maybe it's me.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Let's see. While I'm waiting for you guys to smash that like button, because I'm telling you, I'm not leaving until I get 100. It's my birthday wish.
Get 100. Get 100. Get 100 to live until 100.
We're at 93 right now. We need 7 more. 7 more. So
and how many people we got in the chat? Come on.
2. Come on. We got 212. Let's get them likes up, baby. So while I'm here, listen, let's do this. I'm gonna show you guys this. If you haven't already seen it, I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it. But you know, it was my little ode to the haters, my video for the haters. Might as well take a look at that while we wait. You know what? Yeah, here we go. Let's share this. Of course, I'll probably have to make a new video to more haters, but I want to get to the ECF first. Let's get to the ECF first, and then I can do something else.
Someone said we're not getting 100 likes because they don't want you to leave.
No. All right, guys, here we go. Wait. All right, hold on. All right, got it. Okay, let's put this up. All right. Here we go. Some of y'all have seen this already, but there's some people out there who haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at this, you know, while we wait. Okay, hit the damn play button. I got to remove this comment. Sorry, Payback. Appreciate you, brother. Okay. Boom. Here we go.
Knicks are done, y'all. I'm telling you, they're cooked.
Cooked.
They're cooked.
Says Paul Pierce.
We're gonna take them out the oven, put them on the stove, cut them up. I'm gonna serve y'all a couple plates with dessert.
Really?
Oh, say less.
Rebounding Indiana now 18-5.
Brunson, wow, what a fake and what a finish.
John at Brunson.
Brunson crosses it and hits a 3. That did not work out well.
And with the injuries that the Knicks have sustained, I just really think the Cinderella run is over for the Knicks.
Oh, say less.
Getting Nisha's body off of him a little bit.
Isaiah Jackson on the floor for the Pacers. There's a block. Up ahead, DiVincenzo out racing everyone, and he hammers it down.
Other guys are going to have to make plays.
Knicks score here. It's going to pop. Brunson hits it. It's officially.
You guys were all the Knicks are this, they're back. We're going to see them versus Boston. I don't believe they can recover from this. This is one of the worst losses in franchise playoff history.
Oh, say less.
Runs his own miss down. DiVincenzo covered up by Nesmith. DiVincenzo turns the corner, and DiVincenzo the foul by When their subs came in the game in Game 4, they just dominated. Turner got a piece of that. Hartenstein denied by Toppin, and it is.
I've ever said that was the right call in my entire life.
Brunson, a couple of moves. Hartenstein, another offensive ball. And the Knicks are going to win this one 121-91 and are a win away from the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6, Friday in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
close
right.
it out tomorrow. Let's close it out.
That's right. That's what I want to see. That's exactly what I want to see. That same action. I need to see that same intensity. I want to see all of that. That rebounding, the shot making, all of that.
I hope Tibs just burnt the tape, because there was nothing positive. Burn that freaking tape.
Yeah. That's come on, man. All right, 94 likes, man. We're struggling to get 6 likes out here. It's rough. I don't know. I said I was gonna wait, but I'm probably not gonna wait.
Yeah, let me see.
It's all right.
Let me see if it's all refreshed. Let me check on my phone. The likes.
It's real out here in the street. Shout out to my guy Jay Boogie, man. What up, Jay Boogie? Appreciate you, my brother. He said hello. Saturday we got a game 7 at the not in that overtime 2-seed clutch game when we beat the Bulls. They earned that win now, earn this victory tomorrow. Happy birthday, Ron. Blesses. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, bro. Thank you. We got it, man. We got it. I think we're good. Good, man. As Knicks fans, we're gonna
find a way. It's not gonna be pretty, but just like all season, we're gonna find a way.
I don't think I got that one ready to go, Jay Bug. I think that might be in the archives, man. I don't think I got it ready. Weathered the storm, yeah, man. I don't have that one right now. Yeah, thank you, man. Happy sweet 22. Yeah, I just turned 22. That's it. Double A. Nah, man. I hit the big
21. My bad.
Yeah. I know it looks like it. I get it. I understand. Nah, the big 4-7, y'all. Big 4-7. So happy to be here. Happy to be around. And live for another day.
Yep.
96. Yo, calm down, Double A. He said, "What's BKLA said 100 likes, all caps, but no cap." I got you. Hey, he ain't lying. We hit 100 likes. Yes, sir.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Y'all know how to do it, man. That's what I'm talking about. Way to step up, fam. Appreciate that, man. Okay. All right. Even my guy Payback says he's going to be 47 too. Well, listen, man. Join the club, brother. You're going to be all right. But look at this guy. Look at my guy, Spreewell. Come on, the trail says I'm depressed. It's gonna be okay, brother. Listen, we all want the easy way because you think we deserve it. I mean, not only us, but like our team deserves it. They fought hard. The Knicks should have been able to get rid of Indiana after 5 games. Okay, and had we had all of our guys, 5 games to me easy. It may have been we might have been able to sweep these dudes had we had Julius and all these other guys. But life is not fair sometimes.
Game 3 was so irritating on the road. We had a chance. All we had to do was rebound, and then Andrew Nembhard wouldn't have hit that ridiculous step back 3. And we were up 8, I think, at one point in that fourth, or like with a few minutes left. That game's frustrating, but at the end of the day, we put it behind us. There's one more game left. Can't just be worrying about those games from the past. Like, this is our last chance. We gotta have short-term memory. And I'm sure the Knicks have that right now.
Come on, Knicks 100. He's like, I don't know about that. I will say, I'm gonna say this in fairness, but dude, if we had all of our guys, that team was a beast. It wasn't just a beast against it was a beast against everybody. If we got all of our guys healthy, this system, the offense, the weapons, the Brunson, the Julius Randle, the OG, like having all of those different, like that is a problem. And we would have been able to take care of business. I don't know. Maybe you're sweet, but I said 5 is really where I was thinking. But I will give a shout out to Knicks 100. He did say this before coming into the series. He was right that styles make fights and that Indiana's style was going to give us some problems, but I will say I think it's less about Indiana's style. I think the Knicks showed they went up 2-0, and then they had a chance, even with guys out, they had a chance to go up 3-0. That game was right there. So it's a difference, but I think the Knicks still would have been okay. But you were right to say that, because now as the series is prolonged, that's when Indiana's style does affect the Knicks. You start to see more of it.
Way different than Philly. They don't, like, obviously they run more than Philly. Embiid's way more in the half court. We knew he wasn't going to be running up and down the floor consistently with his injury.
Right.
What's Jay Boogie say?
He said, "Stop letting people know I'm 9 years older than y'all, and Double A is 10 years older than me." So,
oh gosh,
damn, man. Oh man, but you know what? We all here. Listen, I don't know whatever you guys got planned for today. I know the weather, especially if you're in the New York area, it's gonna be a little rainy or whatever. That's what they say. Who knows? It could be off and on spotty, but make the best of it. Enjoy the day. Do something that you know you like to do, and enjoy this day, because tomorrow it's gonna be a fantastic day, in my opinion. But if anything does happen to go the other way, at least you enjoyed today. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, tomorrow, so many emotions are gonna be going on, and it's an early game.
I don't like that. I don't like the early game thing.
I don't either.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I was gonna say, at least if no, I'm not gonna say anything negative. We're gonna win tomorrow, but I was gonna say if something negative happens, like, at least I won't be up all night. No, I'll probably still be like upset, like, even if we lose like in an earlier game. But I don't know. I think we'll find a way. Yeah,
I agree. Thanks, Visions. My guy Luke Skywalker Visions in the building. He said, "Happy born, Ron. Appreciate you, my brother." Thank you. Double A says Florida weather 90, going for a dip in the pool. Get out of here, Double A.
Oh my gosh, you lucky. You lucky. 90.
Yeah, man. Enjoy yourself. Okay, well, that's it, guys. That's the show. Noah, any final words? Are you going to be doing anything yourself anytime soon?
I've just been doing some live streams after games, trying to do some more live streams instead of videos, just especially after games, to see people's initial reactions. We're gonna win tomorrow. We're gonna be going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Everyone's gonna step up. The Garden's gonna be electric, and I'm gonna say the Knicks. It's gonna go down to the wire, but we thought we've seen the Jalen Brunson game a couple times. No, tomorrow's gonna be the Jalen Brunson game that we're gonna remember for a long time, and the Knicks, most importantly, are gonna win. They're gonna win. It's gonna be big time. We go to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're gonna be doing a 30 for 30 on the Villanova boys for ESPN. It's gonna be like that. Just positive vibes right now. Just positive vibes.
Tomorrow, guys, don't forget the Brunisher will be in the building. He's going to take care of business. Do not second guess. Do not shortchange this Knick team. This is what they live for. They like to have their backs against the wall. This is when the monster comes out and takes care of business. So do not forget who they are and continue to believe in this Knick team. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knick fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Saturdays at 11:30 for Know the Ledge, Mondays for SKF Weekly at 9 p.m., or throughout the week at some point when I do the NBA wrap-up on Nothing But Knicks, and or the wrap-up on the Front Stoop when we talk about hip-hop. And this week was controversial. We talked about the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and some people are like, Drake's not hip-hop, and then people was like, yo, whoa. I'm like, all right. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm like, okay. So but yeah, tune into that stuff. You know, we'll continue to give you guys more and more programming, and keep supporting our Knicks community and whatever we got going on. So I thank everybody for being here. Thank my guest Noah for being here and rocking with me. Shout out to Mets for holding it down with me. And let's just have a great day, man. Enjoy yourselves. And tomorrow, positive vibes, man. The Knicks got this. We good. Don't forget the mantra. I have to put the mantra up before we get out of here. All heart, no quit. It don't stop, y'all. It does not stop. Don't quit believing. And, you know, shameless plug, if you want to, you know, do a little something, there's some All Heart No Quit merch in the Still Nick Fan store on YouTube. Just click on that and take you where you got to go. But anyway, besides the point, that's it, man. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate all y'all. Thank you for all the birthday love. He said Drake is an actor. All right, he's an actor with some good cadence and good delivery when he raps. I mean, he raps well when he raps. But okay, I'm not gonna get into all the bars and stuff. I don't know who's writing them, but they sound good. Anyway,
Yeah, no comment on that. No comment.
Yeah, I don't know about that part. Yeah, but all right, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Love is love, man. I love all y'all. Hope y'all have the best day possible. And tomorrow, the Knicks going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Book it, baby. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't forget, we got to see everything happen. All these guys are going to be going crazy. And Deuce is going to go wild, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see this.
Took Deuce to the trade.
All day tomorrow, boy. I think Deuce is going for 18. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I might be right. All right, man. We out of here. Catch y'all on the next one. Latest.